Hey, oh my goodness, that's so loud. Hello, how is everybody today?
Oh, you're trying one headphone in and it's just like boom.
Oh, it is so loud. I am
I'm
going
so
to have
sorry.
to fix that
Hi
somehow.
guys. It's not me. It's literally him this time. So,
Yeah, it's me. I got new headphones and I'm
oh,
trying to try them out, but
like
oh yeah.
yeah, my bad.
But I got to figure out how to turn it down in my headphones without turning it
Yeah,
down.
that I don't know.
I know. Anyways, we'll work on that. I have to like literally. Oh my goodness, Jesus.
And the worst part is the further you push yours away, the less they'll be able to hear you, which just
Yeah,
makes
I
it
know
so
how microphones
crazy.
work. Okay, but I can't. If I don't have an eardrum, it's not going to matter.
You guys should be able to see me. What do you mean you can't see me? I'm right here. Y'all making me freak out on my whatever words.
Thank you. Please yell louder. I appreciate that.
The funny thing is I'm whispering, and that was the one time I went up an
I
octave.
know. Don't do that.
I'm not allowed to go up an octave
Not until
right
I
now.
figure this out. No. All right. So this is, hold on. What's going back to? Hmm.
It's only two placentas, Peabody.
How do I? How do I? Hmm. Because if I turn this down, can you put your headphones on so I can know whether you how it sounds to you guys?
No.
Check, check, check. All right. Well, I'm about to blow up my eardrums, so I gotta figure out something pretty quickly. But oh well.
Yeah,
How
I
are you
don't
guys
know.
doing today? Welcome in. My office is being painted, so due to that,
Okay, I'm like
we
right.
are doing a joint stream again today. Isn't that pretty cool? You guys get it twice in a row. Most of the time, you have to pay extra for that, which is crazy. Most of the time, you have to pay extra for that, so that's pretty awesome. But anywho, yeah, welcome into the live. We're about to get this thing started and going. Like I said, I'm just having a little bit of issue with a set of headphones that now work too well. Oh, I didn't mean to do that. I'm working with a
It's
certain
just
set of
like
headphones that are
sound
working.
overload for him.
Yeah, it's very loud. Anyways, so it's working a little bit fun, but hey, make sure you guys are coming in, hitting that like button, hitting the follow button, joining the chat, doing all of that stuff.
And if you're watching over on TikTok, can you guys be sure
Oh, I wanted to take
to
this stuff off. Shoot. Go ahead.
um like and share the live, and guys, send in your heart me's because like we're way down on those, and there's almost no reason that should be the case. And double tap the screen, all the things.
But anyways, hopefully you guys got to catch the live today or yesterday. We are going to be posting some videos, or at least I am. I meant to post some videos on it today. But just ran out of time. I'm painting my office. My office is going to resemble the same color that we got going on over here. So yeah, that's pretty cool. So when I'm back on my platform, back in my office tomorrow, you guys should see a new color, a new look, a new all sorts of stuff, which should be pretty awesome. So that's pretty exciting. I'm excited. I'm excited. I spent all day. I'm so tired of painting. You guys have no idea how tired of painting I am. Like literally today, my hand was like cramping. Oh my goodness, it was so miserable.
It was. He said he needed a break. And thank you, Kat, so much for that Interstellar. That was cool.
Yeah. So my hands cramping. I'm tired. I'm covered in paint. I'm just constantly covered in paint. It feels like at this point. I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even know. I don't even know.
We went to the beach yesterday with paint still on your ankle because
We did do that.
we didn't notice.
We did do
So we were
that. That
out
is
there
a
in the
true
sun, and I'm
thing.
like, oh yeah, paint, ankle, blue.
Yeah, we did do that. I'm not a fan. I'm still covered. I just keep finding.
Speckles.
Yeah, I just keep finding paint pieces just everywhere. Like I wash off a certain places. But I told her I was like, until next week, I'm not doing any. I'm not doing any freaking more painting. I just can't. It's too much. It's too much. So,
Thank you, Kat, for the leopard.
yeah, it's just too much painting to just keep going. But hey, regardless, I am just going to work for a second to see if I can find out a way. Is this what I'm hearing or this what I'm broadcasting to? This might be.
This should be the broadcast ones.
I know. I'm trying to figure out how to turn
sorry.
down an individual.
Yes, and W Cats in the chat. I know you guys heard the little growl come through. That was a claw cap gift. It's called a leopard, and it growled at you.
We need to describe
Yes.
TikTok gifts now.
Yes.
I don't know why that would be necessary.
It went up and it had like the tiniest little growl. I can't emulate it, so I'm not gonna try.
Check. Can't tell if that did it or not. Anyways, y'all come on in, help out the live. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. I'm just trying to adjust some headset volumes over here because I'm man.
Honestly, you still sound loud to me.
Can you guys still hear me just fine over there? I think I might have figured out how to tune it down just enough. She described it. Yes. Thank you, California. Everyone was wondering. They heard a sound and they were like, you know what? I think we need some more explanation on this gift. So, thank you all. Let's all give a round of applause for Ari. For the great gift description there. This is what makes her such a great TikTok agent. And by the way, if you are a creator and you are looking for an agent, Ari is the best agent on TikTok. If you have any questions about that, ask Matt. He did a wonderful commercial for her.
It's great.
And so this is the quality. This is the true quality that you get. If Ari's your agent, she will not only make sure that you get gifts, but she will describe each one in detail to you as you get it, so that you know exactly what's going on.
I'm trying to find if this is sarcasm or seriousness, and I don't know how to take it. But they said everyone's saying
column A, little column
clear.
B, little column A, little column B.
Okay, everyone's saying that you sound super clear, so there's that at least.
How do you inquire? Well, you're
messages.
Yeah, literally just message her, and that's how that'll work, and then that'll be awesome.
I do sometimes take 24 to 48 hours to get back to you.
See, she'll tell you everything in great description. Anyways, y'all, if you guys still support Trump, we are about to open up these phone lines in just a second. I think I have found a way to slightly turn down the sound in my headset a bit. I got these. I'm rocking new headphones today, which they are absolutely amazing. But yeah, they're so amazing that they are quite cumbersome on my ears.
Extremely
so okay, please come
loud.
in, say hi, you say the chat, help donate to the live. I really appreciate that. Shush, we didn't apparently have the thing up. I don't even know if it's still up, but yeah, we didn't have the thing up. Shush gifted a membership earlier, so big W's in chat for Shush. I know that she has been trying to get Ryan a gifted membership since I think forever. I think Ryan is forever destined to never ever get one. I think that's how that works, but we'll try. We already had some ideas, but regardless, Shush, thank you so much. We did hit almost 50 new members just yesterday on YouTube, and I really appreciate that. So
I thought we did hit 50 because of Corey's gifted 5.
Oh, we did. That's right.
Yeah.
Corey's did put us at like 52.
53.
We're awesome. Yeah. So we did end up hitting like 53 yesterday. So that's absolutely awesome. We really, really appreciate the support and all the love. It really, really means a lot to us. So thank you guys so much. Dude, if I could just gift him one, I would. I promise you. If I had that ability, I would. But I don't have that ability. Also, we just got a phone call and I didn't notice it. So this is why I need to have the ringer on.
I mean, normally I'm staring at it myself, but that's I wasn't this time. Sorry, guys. Normally I am the one paying attention to that.
I just adjusted a different volume. Tell me if you hear yourself still just fine. Anyways, if you're the person that just called, you're more than welcome to call back in, and we apologize if we don't pay attention to it now. Like I used to have a ringer, but that ringer is really annoying, and nobody wants to hear it. No, you guys don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Nobody wants to hear it. So, yeah. So.
Oh, I can't hear you at all. That's probably better.
So, anyways, we'll do that. Also, if you're over on, I don't have my iPad on me. If you're over on TikTok, you can also join over there too. I really appreciate it. We actually have one over here, but I wanted to bring up my backup first. I don't know where your iPad is. No, either. That's someplace. Don't you have it on your iPad?
No.
No, we'll just put up on yours. We'll make it easier. Oh, we got like 2 people calling in. Hello, how are you? Hello?
Yes.
The U.S. economy, maybe.
Jesus.
Can you hear me?
A little bit. You sound really
Yes,
far
how old are
away.
you?
How's he sending you?
No, I hear them fine.
Yeah. Is this better?
Mm.
No, it's just me.
It's
then.
because of that. Yeah, I guess that does have to.
All right. How old are you?
I am 35.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yep, absolutely.
Why is that?
For many reasons. I think that the country is going to be on the right track in the years coming. I think he's systematically eliminating the people that have created a nexus of geopolitical power around the world. That includes Venezuela, that includes Iran, that includes Russia, that includes China. I think that he is doing what is actually needed to reestablish power around the world as a superpower. It's not necessary that you have to pay for global power constantly and give funds and donate money and things like that just to be the most important country in the world. You can also show some muscle when it's needed.
Right. Awesome. So what you're saying is it's better to spend more money on fighting a war to get a lesser result than it is to spend less money on diplomacy.
Isn't that what Biden did for 4 years in Ukraine?
Sir, I don't
we
care
got no
about what
results.
Biden
Didn't
did. Sir,
we do that in
sir,
Israel by
sir,
funding
sir,
billions and
sir.
billions
Hey,
of dollars to attack Palestine?
Shh. This is not a
That's
Biden
not an
versus
argument. That's not really an argument.
because we're not making the argument, sir, because I'm not going to sit here and
It just
argue
makes
with
you a
you
pussy.
over what fucking Biden did. I don't give a shit. Biden did a whole bunch of bad shit that I don't fucking like. We are talking about whether the things that Trump are doing is good or bad. And if you can't defend the things that Trump is doing without mentioning Biden, then you don't believe that they were good either.
No, absolutely not. Why did we support Israel for 4 years? Constantly
Because we were
funding them?
wrong,
Why
and
are
that was
Democrats
fucking
funding
stupid, and
Israel
Biden
till
was a
date?
fucking moron.
And you're talking about
Did you hear me?
Palestine? You're
Did you
talking
hear
about
me?
wars?
Did you hear me?
You guys are actually
All right, you're muted now. I'm not playing this. We just started the live and I'm not doing this. Be quiet and answer my question. I can still see you just mouthing off. And until that bar gets quiet, no one's going to hear you.
I don't really give a shit if you hear me or not. It's
Then
a
hang up the
fact. You have
phone.
no answers for these questions.
Then hang up the phone.
Yeah, fucking pussies.
That's what I fucking thought.
We're
The
the
reason why
pussies, but we're
Biden did freaking something supported Israel through the Palestine situation is because Biden's a fucking moron when it came to that situation and he handled it poorly. That's why.
Yeah, no, we like
Problem solved. See? That was easy. You see how when a president that I voted for does something stupid, I just say it was stupid? It's not that difficult, sir. It's really not that difficult. Hey, the guy I voted for said something stupid. All right. I did something stupid. All right. I can admit that. That's not an issue to me. Not a problem. It's like they expect us. I think that's their biggest problem is they expect people to defend Biden the way that they defend Trump.
Yeah, I think that is honestly the biggest issue is they just go about it that way.
They don't have an understanding, right? That, hey, you can vote for someone and then not defend every singular fucking thing that they do. You could just say, oh yeah, that was bad. Not a problem.
It's like they're incapable of it though.
Yeah, it's not difficult. It's not difficult. All right. Anyways, y'all, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys. If you guys want to call in, you can. Yeah, if you want to call in, you can. Phone lines are open. I might bring up for someone from TikTok in a second. If not, we'll see if somebody calls in first. But if not, we'll bring up someone from TikTok. But either way, thank you guys so much for being here. We really appreciate you guys. I hope you guys are having a wonderful day. It seems like my audio is leveled out a little bit. I'm not sure. I'm still having. Hopefully, I can still hear everything. Hello, how are you? All right. Well,
I heard them before they click, so
yeah, I heard them on there.
Just heard like something. I don't know what it was in the background that I heard, but something.
Biden and who was running the Autopen. Yeah, guys, the Autopen's been used since Thomas Jefferson.
Yeah, it's not
including by Donald Trump. Yeah. Nice try though, bud. honestly, if anybody's using an Autopen, it's probably right now, and it's probably freaking Marco Rubio and freaking JD Vance using the Autopen on Donald Trump. If you want to be completely,
Well, I was
Hello?
gonna say the first thing that you know why he's using it is because he didn't sign 1,400 pardons by himself for January 6th.
he's literally asked about pardons
How
that
does
he
a
gives
black
and doesn't
person?
know.
How does a blind person know they're sitting next to a black?
When he's asked about people that he pardons, he literally goes, "I don't know who that person is."
Oh, every time he'll be
Yeah.
like, "Let me tell you something. I don't even know who that is." Just like,
Yeah,
what?
he doesn't even know who it is. Hello, how are you, sir?
Good. How are you
I'm
doing?
doing great. How old are you?
I'm 39 years old.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes, of course
Awesome. Why
I
is that?
do.
Of course.
You don't?
No, sir.
Oh, I thought you did. Didn't you serve in the military?
Yeah, tons of people that serve in the military do not support Trump. Actually,
Oh,
all the
you
real
don't-
ones that
I thought everybody.
the real ones that actually hold up to their oath 100% don't, because the oath that you take when you go in the military says you're here to defend the Constitution of the United States against all enemies, foreign and domestic, not against a president. Yeah.
Do you think the gas prices are high right now?
Do I think that they are high? Yes, they are higher than they were before.
Oh,
was
so
just gonna say, I know
does the
they are.
president control gas prices then all of a sudden?
No.
They didn't. Weren't you guys exactly, you boy, crying the last 4 years saying, "Oh, Biden does not control the gas prices. Biden does not control
he
the gas
doesn't.
prices."
Sir,
Now all of a
'cause
sudden
he
you guys
doesn't.
are
Donald Trump
wondering
doesn't
why
control the gas prices.
are so high. I thought
Sir.
Trump.
Sir,
I thought the
we're
president
agreeing
destroy
with you.
it.
You are literally
And then-
arguing a point, and we're agreeing
And also,
with you.
how does a blind person know they're sitting next to a black person?
What's up with this pivot? Can we talk about gas instead of you just
Oh,
going
my
off
goodness.
on some weird thing? Like, this
I
is
don't know.
odd.
This guy's off on something.
He said that while we were talking, and you just were like, "Yeah, I'm not listening to this right at the moment because
Yep.
he has no manners." He's like, you open the door, I'm gonna kick the rest of the door in and come slamming in and take off my shoes
Absolutely.
and put my shoes all up on your coffee table.
I know,
That's
right?
what he just did.
But anyways, like we were trying to explain to you before you had tried to say, I'm assuming something racist. What we were trying to say is no, the president doesn't control gas prices. The president doesn't control gas prices now, and the president doesn't control gas prices under the Biden administration. What does control gas prices is situations that happen in the world a lot of times when we have a reduction in supply. And when the president of the United States invades a country, an oil producing country, one that can block off a strait where 20% of the world's oil goes through, then that has an effect on gas prices. That doesn't mean that Donald Trump is controlling the gas prices. It means he's creating a situation for bad gas prices to exist.
Right, because oil is a global market. We're not the only one that trades in it, which is why we see that it's being traded at higher amounts than it was a year ago or the year before. And okay, there's just so much that goes into that.
I knew he was going to hang up because he tried his little racist joke twice, and I caught him off so no one heard it before he had a chance twice. Oh, you're going to have to be quicker than that. Remember that commercial?
Yes, with the dollar.
With
at
the dollar
end of
and
the
a-
sequel. It's like, oh, you're gonna have to be quicker than that. Yeah.
Oh, you're going to have to be quicker than that.
It is a Discord meme. I love it. I love it so much, guys.
I remember when that commercial first came out, dude. I used to.
I
commercial
love
made me laugh
saying
my
it.
Ass off,
Gotta
bro.
be quicker than that. Boo. Yeah, no, that's true. Like, yeah, being a veteran doesn't mean that you have to support Trump.
Yeah, actually, I think the
That's
last
a
poll
weird
showed
one.
that about 66%
Ooh.
of veterans voted for Trump in the last election. And that might seem like really high. I mean, it is high. I'm not saying it's not high. It is high, right? But there's a big difference between high and all. That's still a third of all that didn't. You know what I'm saying? That actually is. I mean, that's a decent number. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
That's not a nothing number.
And even then, like our active duty military, I think they
No, that
polled-
was veterans and active.
Oh, okay. I was
Yeah,
gonna
that
say
was
I think
veterans and
active duty
active.
military polled a little bit higher, at like 68%. Veterans are the ones who voted for him less, like, and made the average. Sorry.
But
My
regardless of any of that, yeah, I'm just saying, like, the entire point was, it's not the whole thing, right? It doesn't have to be everything. You can like not. It's not like an automatic. They don't make you do it.
Can you pin the gift goal, please?
Hello, how are you? Hello.
Oh, it might be muted.
Oh yeah, that's on me. I didn't unmute it. I'm still working on it.
Mhm.
Hello, sorry. What's up? Hello.
Hey, how are you?
Doing great. Holding.
I am 15.
All right, sorry, you do have to be 18 or older to call. Thank you.
Thank you. Please come again.
Appreciate you trying. Please just listen. I would love to have conversations, but it's against terms of service.
To manage
Also,
headphone volume and voice meter,
like-
set your headphones at A1.
I'm trying to remember how politically inclined I was at 15. I actually was pretty involved.
I was completely zero.
Well, I was doing speech and debate, which means we actually talked about topics that were happening at the time. So, like, one of our topics was actually about the ACA when I was in high school.
Mhm.
Isn't that funny? It's not funny. It was very annoying.
You're old.
You're one to talk. You are not one to talk.
All
You're
right.
old.
If you guys still support Trump, you guys can call in on the number above my head, or you can join join over the TikTok guest request box. We had a few people there, but they all decided to run away, which isn't abnormal. So I'm not really surprised by that.
He's older than me.
Don't let her lie to you.
I
It's not
just
true.
want to point that out.
It's not true.
It's very true. And
not
you
true.
know it.
Yeah, prove it.
Sure. When we
You're going to
look
need your
at
birth certificate to vote this year anyway. You might as well go start pulling them out.
Yeah.
That was a joke. That was a joke. That was a joke.
Do you know
That
how
was a
much a
joke.
consular birth certificate costs to replace? $70.
Really? That's all?
75, sorry.
I actually thought it would have been higher. So, but anyways, another passport. So I keep forgetting to have my passport renewed too. That's crazy.
Do you want to watch that video I was telling you about? We can
a
show
little
the
bit.
class. Oh,
Hello, how are you?
How are you?
I'm doing good. How old are
Excuse
you?
me, how are you? Excuse me?
I'm good. How old are you?
42.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yeah, I also like to point out the hypocrisy on your side.
Which hypocrisy, sir?
I hear that it's horrible that Trump walked into the dressing room of Miss America pageant and that he's a pedo, and he's, for women, he's, getting them and doing all kinds of strange things. Let me ask you a question. Can a man be a woman?
Can a man,
those
sir?
two things are not synonymous.
Yeah, those
like,
are.
I
That's
don't know why
that's a
we're
completely different.
those were topics.
I'm not even talking to you. I'll get to
I'm
my
sorry. He
point.
doesn't like talking to women.
I'll get to my point.
He's intimidated
That's not
by
how
them.
this works.
Sir.
I'll get to my
Donald
point.
Trump walked into the dressing rooms of girls at Miss Teen USA in order to
Right,
see
right,
them
right.
naked, right? That was
And he
his
said that.
entire point. He said, I did it in order to see them naked, right? And when you own it, you can just do that, right? So he
And
literally
I sort
said
of
that
get
the
away with
entire
things
point
like
of it.
that.
Now, I don't know what kind of bathroom visits you're going into, sir, but when I go to the bathroom, I don't go to the bathroom to see people naked. Is that what you go to the bathroom for, sir?
Man, so let me get to my point.
No, you can
Can
answer
you
my
answer the question?
Yeah.
Get to my point.
No, you can just answer my
Answer the
question.
question.
You didn't answer my question.
I didn't hear your question, nor do I care to hear it until
Can
you
a
answer my
man?
question. Until you answer my question, I'm not going to.
I asked you first.
I don't care. We're not in fucking kindergarten,
No,
child. Jesus Christ. I asked you first. I'm going to tell my dad. You can tell my dad can beat up your dad. No one cares. Okay? Sir, do you go into bathrooms looking to see people naked?
no, I do not.
Okay, cool. Can a man be a woman? Yes, because gender is completely fluid and gender changes all throughout
Oh,
time.
so then you don't-
No, you asked for an answer to my question. I am in the middle of answering it. Now it's your turn to shut the fuck up. Okay? You don't get to just hear 2 words of it and decide you're going to now respond to my answer. Okay? Cool. Yeah. So gender is completely fluid. We've had multiple different genders. I mean, even within the ancient Judaism and stuff like that, there was 6 to 7 different genders. There's different genders talked about that would be what we would consider gender in the Bible. All throughout history, through the Aztecs, all throughout history, we've had
Oh my
multiple
God,
genders, and there have been tons
fucking
of genders.
coward.
So yes, there can be
Fucking
men that
coward.
become women, women that become men, men that become other types of men, women that become other types of men, men and women that become completely, non-binary and completely aren't either. You can have all of those things because it's because gender is
What a
completely
coward.
a construct.
Bye-bye, coward.
Aw, he ran away. Because gender is a construct of society. That's all. Okay.
Yeah, and even I didn't hear you mention this, but even the indigenous population had what they call two-spirited,
Mhm.
which is what recognizes that you are either more than one gender or not the gender that matches your sex assigned at birth.
Yeah, but it's funny how he called me a coward and then ran away.
And then he hung up. Yeah, like, sir, you're the one that
He
literally
called
hung
me
up.
a coward, and then he ran away from me.
Something like that. That was crazy.
That's interesting.
Yeah.
Funny how that works.
And is that him calling back? So we
Yeah,
can...
that's funny. What's up, coward?
You gonna let me talk now, coward? You people are all the same. You don't let nobody talk. You're
Sir,
afraid.
I was
You're so
literally
scared.
answering
You're such a
your
little
question.
boy.
All right, I'm gonna hang up on you, because I'm not doing this. Sir, I was answering your question. If you ask me a question, then I'm going to answer that question. If you don't want me to answer the question, then don't ask me the question. Okay? It's that simple. But what you don't get to do is ask me a question. I get 2 words into a lengthy answer to your question, and you just cut me off because you don't like the beginning part of it. That's not
Yeah,
how
that
this is going to work.
was
Yeah.
interesting.
Hello, how are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm excellent. How old are you?
I'm 43.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes, I do.
Awesome. Why is that?
Well, multiple reasons. One, I like what he's doing for our country. Number 2, I like the fact that since Homeland Security is defunded at the current time, that he has a way to put security in the airports. I heard you guys talking about that. It might be a plan that people don't agree with. ICE might not be on everybody's bingo card, but at least he has a plan to keep our airports safe.
So let me get this straight. So Donald Trump is paying ICE to do something they're not trained for, while the Republicans block, I think we're up to 7 different bills
That were just to fund TSA.
Yeah. So the Republicans have blocked 7 different bills that would have funded TSA to do the job that TSA is trained to do. But instead of that, they're going to block the money, right? That block the funding for TSA to be able to do their job, so that ICE, who doesn't know how to do that job, can do that job. Does that sound like it's keeping it safer to us?
Well, see, I'm ex-military, and I do know that there are prerequisites to become an ICE agent. Now, do I agree with everything every cop does or everything every ICE agent does? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But at the current time, and I'm not going to act like I'm the foremost up to date on what was in those bills, but I do know that the majority of Republicans didn't agree with what was in those bills. There are some concessions that the Democrats are asking us to take right now that we're not taking. One is to continue to fund. I do know something about the Ukrainian, giving the Ukrainians more money is in those bills. So yes, they've been blocked.
So first of all, let me respond to everything you said. 1, thank you for your service. We're in the military. However, you being in the military has nothing to do with knowing what the qualifications of ICE are. Those 2 things do not matter for each other whatsoever. Second of all, even if there are qualifications for ICE, that doesn't mean that they're qualified to do the screening necessary that is what TSA does, because that's not what they're trained to do. So even though there was prerequisites and training for ICE, that doesn't mean that they're trained to do what TSA does, so it doesn't matter. Third of all, almost all of those requirements have completely gone away. There already been examples of people not having to pass background checks, not having to take drug tests, being completely just pushed through the system. In fact, we've actually had multiple law enforcement people that are actually part of Homeland Security, and and actually prior military people who have said, "Oh yeah, back in the day, we used to actually have ICE where we would train them for months and months and months, make sure that they understood things like use of force and all of these things." And all of that training has been reduced to almost nothing in an ability to try to get as many ICE agents as possible. So 1, the prerequisites they did have are gone. 2, those even prior prerequisites doesn't qualify them to be TSA. So 3, why are we paying them instead of just paying TSA?
Well, again, those bills that they're trying to pass through Congress or the House and the Senate aren't passing. Not because you say that those things were taken out of the bill, but it's not just a bill to fund TSAs. Things in the bill the Republicans don't agree with. Now, I'm all for Republicans and Democrats working together. Sorry, I'm cooking dinner at the same time speaking with you. I apologize.
I was actually just going to ask if you can provide me any one of the bill numbers, because I'm on one right now where there is, so it's HR 7481, Department of Homeland Security Appropriations, that was introduced in February and failed the Senate. Failed the House, and there is no mention of Ukraine. And I'm trying to find the other ones as well, and I'm certain I'm going to find 0 mention of Ukraine in any of the Democratic Party's introduction into the House or the Senate. So
Well,
I
if
would
I'm
need
wrong,
to know
I'm
a
wrong.
bill
I
number.
did read something. I work 40 hours a week. I'm not going to say that I'm foremost on the bills or up to date on those bills because I have not read them. However, I do know that they're not coming together. There are things introduced into those bills that the Republicans don't agree with. They're not disagreeing with paying TSA. They're not saying, no,
What
we
do they
do not
disagree
want to
with?
fund TSA. It's the entirety of the bill.
Yeah, what do they disagree with?
Well, I'd have to pull it up right now. So if you'll give me 1 second.
Okay, well, I can tell you what they disagree with, right? They disagree with things like ICE wearing body cameras, right? ICE being allowed to have investigations if there's something wrong in ICE, right? Not just funding them completely to, just run around and act like Donald Trump's secret police, i.e., when you send them to things like airports, right? They disagree with having any check on a federal enforcement agency. All right, which is an absolutely ridiculous thing, right? What the Republicans are arguing is that there should be no check whatsoever on any type of federal enforcement agency, and that how is that beneficial to any Americans? How is that beneficial to have a rogue enforcement agency running around with no check?
Well, I am reading some of the bill now, and it does have a lot to do with the Republicans trying to put a lot into the bill about the Save America Act, which I know a lot of people attribute to that. What was it? I'm sorry, I'm drawing a blank. What everybody thought that Trump wrote. Oh, what was that? Project 2028. Was that the name of it?
I'm sorry, what was that last part?
Project 2028. Was that the name of it?
Don't even know what that is, but the Save America Act has nothing to do with the funding for TSA. Those are completely two different fundings.
I'm reading it right now, and it says that the administration has that.
What's the title on the screen that you're reading? Or on the page, sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. Well, actually, it's CNN.
Okay. You're reading something most like, what's the name of the article? Just for fun, so Ari can look it up.
Oh, no, absolutely. Hold on. I'm sorry, I just clicked off of it. It's right here.
Jeez. I will say while she's looking it up, it looks like the Democratic bill that was introduced, the one that I gave, tied in all three of the introduced Republican bills for the last since like December. So it had everything except for ICE and CBP.
The whole funding for TSA comes from the government shutdown, from the partial government shutdown that freaking never got resolved after the continuing resolution that I believe ended in January, right?
Yep,
and
January
that is
30th.
what stopped that's what they held up, and they funded the entire rest of the government except for funding DHS. The Save America Act is a completely different piece of legislation that does not interact with that whatsoever. The Save America Act is a voter suppression. A voter suppression poll tax bill that aims to make it where people, specifically women, have a harder time voting in the United States, and tries to sneak freaking anti-trans freaking rhetoric and spread false information about elections. That's what the Save America Act. That has nothing to do with the TSA being funded.
Again, it is something that the Republicans are asking to be funded in those bills. The name of the article that I'm reading is Senate Republicans once again block TSA pay as airport lines worsen and Trump outright refuses to fund TSA until Congress passes his voter suppression bill, not allowing illegal immigrants to vote, things like that. There is some trans stuff in the bill, which is a whole nother conversation, whether you believe in it or not, or believe that gender fluid is a thing or not. A lot of people don't. So there are things, it's a give and take relationship. And there are things that I do believe, even as a Republican, I do believe that the Republicans shouldn't be fighting for right now. It's a completely other battle. But the show is supposed to be on, do you still support Trump? And I absolutely still support Trump.
Yeah, it just doesn't sound like you're tying the two things together. As far as whether gender is fluid or not is not a question of belief, right? That's not an opinion thing. Gender is fluid. Gender has always been fluid. Gender has been fluid as long as people have been around, and people don't get to decide now that it's not. It's just not. It's not how gender works. Okay, you can say that you don't like it, right? And you can say that you don't like it. That's your fair opinion to have. I don't believe it's a good opinion, right? I think it's a very bigoted opinion. But you can believe that you don't like that it's fluid, but it is still fluid, right? If it was
At the same
fluid, if
time,
it
you
was
can
fluid
say,
when freaking Jesus was supposedly on the earth, then I think it's been fluid long enough for us to just be fluid at this point, don't you think?
no, not at all. No, I don't think gender is fluid. I do not think that men can become women. I actually think it's quite sexist to think that a man can embody what a woman is. I think that actually sets women back.
Nobody's saying that. That's not what transgender people say. That's not what anybody says. No one says that anybody can embody anyone. No one can embody anyone. I can't embody. I'm a man. I can't embody another man. That's not what it says.
But you can become me. You
can't become anything.
What my daughters are.
You can't become anything. All transgender people are doing is living within the social construct of what we consider, within what a woman is, right? That's all. It's not becoming, not embodying anyone. It's not becoming anyone. And it's sure as hell not sexist, right? You do things that you do to help, build up your sexuality, right? To construct societal norms for sexuality. That's the reason why in our society, back in the day, men used to wear, dresses, and now men aren't allowed to wear dresses, right? Because what decided what was how culture decided what was manly has changed, right? And all the freaking.
I'm glad you said culture, because cultural appropriation is incorrect, right? Like I can't say, you know what? I feel indigenous today. I feel like it. I am it. I feel more.
That's not the
indigenous
same
than
thing.
I do Caucasian.
Yeah. Caucasian and indigenous are not cultural constructs. Well, technically white would be a cultural construct, but she didn't say that. But indigenous is what is genetic. Oh my goodness. It's not a social construct.
So isn't sex genetic?
Yes, but you didn't say male or female. You said man and woman. Yeah, but you haven't once said male or female. You said man and woman. Man and woman are not genetic. Male and female are.
See, that's splitting words.
That's not splitting words. That's understanding words. That's understanding words. Nope, that's just understanding words.
To be what we are today.
That's just understanding words. See, you want to put two words that are not the same together because it fits your narrative. Okay, I am just describing to you that they're not the same, right? That's just the fact of the matter is they are not the same thing. Male and man are not the same word.
May I try something? Ma'am, may I ask you a question? And I don't know. What is something that is unique only to women and cannot be seen in any other person? So like cannot be seen in a man. What is something that's absolutely unique to being a woman and can never be seen in what you know it to be a man?
Our uterus.
Incorrect.
So
yes.
Men can have uteruses.
Yes, it's actually it's a genetic condition that does actually happen. We've actually had instances of at least 6 men in the last 10 years, between 2000 and 2010. It's a very rare condition that had XY chromosomes and had a uterus. So yes, ma'am, that is actually, so it's not unique to a woman.
In cases like that, there have been people born with genetic skin mutations.
Ma'am, that's not the question.
Race.
Hold on. What is something that only women can have and no one else can have? Point blank, period. So only women can have it.
Babies.
Incorrect. We also have 12 instances of men with XY chromosomes giving birth to children. So also incorrect.
I have never, and I'm not saying that you are wrong or that, the information might be out there, and I've never ran across that study. And
it's actually published on NIH in our National Health Library, and it's also published by PubMed. It was a peer-reviewed study. So again, that's why I'm asking you, ma'am, I'm just trying to challenge you on something, right? So we'll try one more time. Let's see if you can get it.
Babies. I'll stay 100%.
It's still
babies.
Incorrect.
12 medical.
It's not an anomaly, ma'am. They were 46 XY karyotypes where they've given birth. So they were assigned male at birth, and then they gave birth to a child. And XY, you would agree, XY chromosomes, that's what you consider to be a man or a male, correct?
Correct.
Okay. It's up on the screen if you wanted to switch back to the app.
This is from the Journal of Clinical Endocrinology and Metabolism.
I would have
Also
to read
published
a lot
on-
of
on,
studies on
Med.
that, find out if there was any. I mean, making my opinion off of one article, and I'm not
I can bring up another one.
disagreeing with you or saying that, but making my opinion off of one article is not something that I am comfortable.
That's okay. I have multiples if you need them.
Huh?
I have multiple
not a
articles
one-off,
if you
man.
need them.
Like, it's
I
not a
definitely-
one-off.
I'm sorry. I
And-
just
And those aren't articles, by the way. These are peer-reviewed studies, from medical
I would
journals.
love
These aren't.
to read the peer-reviewed
Yeah,
studies.
so
I don't
I
have
wouldn't-
enough time.
Yeah, I would encourage you to do that. But here's my point, is what I'm trying to make, because unfortunately, contrary to popular belief, such as yours, and I'm saying unfortunately for individuals that believe otherwise, men have already been proven to have been able to carry a child to term and give birth to a child, because it's not as simple as that. So uterus is not unique to women. Giving birth is not unique to women. This has been shown. So what else is solely unique to women that men do not have?
Well, the amount of ribs.
Is that it?
I didn't hear what she said.
The amount of ribs.
The amount of ribs.
Well, I mean, that's an example.
I think you might have found that. Actually, no, see, I'm going to say that's still wrong, because women can be born with more or less ribs, and men can also be
I'm sure
born
they
with
can't.
more or
There's
less
gonna
be-
ribs. So that's still actually incorrect. See, and I purposely did not use the word that I normally use, that is all encompassing for what I'm trying to describe, immutable. I was trying to.
The whole point of this, and it's just dragging on way too long, but regardless of any of this, the whole point of this is that you have an idea, okay, of what man and woman are, and it doesn't actually
Absolutely.
meet freaking what society has shown. It doesn't meet what history it shows. It doesn't meet what medicine has shown. It doesn't meet what sociology has shown. You are the one that has just decided that it is this way and this way only, and you are only going to believe this way and this way only, and it doesn't matter what all of those other studies and everything else actually says. Right? Biologically, sociologically, historically, it doesn't matter what all those things said. You just
Biologically,
like it a lot
100%
better when it's
matters.
just man and woman, and that makes you feel comfortable. And so you don't want anybody else to live outside of your comfort level. But it doesn't make you right? Just because you're only comfortable with this, tiny sliver of the way that humans live, right? Doesn't mean that that's the way that everybody has to live, that's the way that everybody should be forced to live, right? That doesn't make any sense.
Well, see,
And regardless,
that's right there is what I don't agree with, and I don't agree with that.
Don't
I
agree
don't
with what?
agree that there's not a social contract, a social structure that's out there that allows a biological man to say it's a woman. I know you don't feel like it's sexist to women all over the world to have our culture appropriated, and if that's not what you think it is, it is.
Okay, well, let me
100%
here.
it is.
And ma'am, I understand that that's how you feel. So I want to try one more thing with you. So you want to make sure that a trans woman cannot enter a woman's bathroom or a woman's changing room or play in female sports, correct?
I do not believe that women should go, or biological men should be in the same room as my granddaughters or my daughters. Absolutely.
Cool.
100%.
So who gets to check to see if somebody has a vagina?
I believe that we should 100% have some honesty and have some faith
Who
in
gets to check?
humanity
Ma'am,
that-
it's not about being honest. So they just say, I'm a woman. Who is checking that to make sure that they have a vagina?
Well, I guess I don't have that answer, but
Cool.
I know it makes
You're
me
actually
feel
advocating for,
uncomfortable.
ma'am, I'm going to help you out with something. So the fact that we have to gatekeep all of these spaces and have to physically check somebody, you are rolling back women's safety and their right to freedom and their right to privacy by having to gate check every single woman that wants to
I didn't
participate in
ask
these
that.
events.
You said
You are.
should check. I didn't ask that. I said I would hope people would be honest. I don't feel okay. You say that there are 12 instances of men having women, or men having babies. How many instances are there of trans people? And I know it's not all of them.
yeah,
But
gotcha.
how many
So
instances
how about
are
this? How about
women
this?
being
Trans
taken
people
advantage of?
will just tell you that they have whatever genitalia that you think that they should have, and then we can move on with our lives.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, that's perfect.
And
We'll
if
just,
that's
as long as
something
we're
they
going
feel
on just an
comfortable doing in
honesty
their own
thing,
home,
then trans
then
people,
that's
all you have to do
something
is
that-
just
but
lie to
you
this
can't
woman and
ask
just
me
tell
to
her that
say
you have
that
whatever
they're
genital
women
you
or
that you
ask
think,
me to-
and no one's going to check it, so it doesn't really matter, and then she's going to be cool with that after that. Like, that doesn't make any fucking sense. That doesn't make any sense at all, dude. Give me a
At
break.
all.
But
I'm
regardless of
sorry
any
it
of that,
doesn't make sense to
why
you,
is
but to
your
hundreds of
freaking,
people
your
who agree with
sociological
me-
freaking, like misunderstandings, why should that be in a bill about voting?
It 100% should be. There's always multiple things in bills. No bill given by
Why?
the Democrats or the Republicans
Why?
are always straightforward, and you know that.
Actually, there's
You
been
guys
tons of
seem
them,
like
but why?
very intelligent people.
There's actually been a
very
ton of them, but
intelligent.
why? By both
Very
Democrats
intelligent
and Republicans, there's been a ton of bills that have just been single issue voters. There's single issue bills. There's been a ton on both sides.
Very-
That's completely wrong.
Large bills that encompass everything are small bills that
Yeah,
get by
it's called an
through the
omnibus
House
bill,
and the Senate
and I
daily or
don't
one
think
thing. So I misspoke, but I'm saying now that a lot of big bills have a lot of issues, and they always do. And there's things on both sides.
This
They
isn't a big
slip in
bill.
or they
Well, I-
lie.
Hold on.
I-
But this isn't a big bill. This
It's
was a
not.
voting bill. That's it. It was just a voting bill. And then Donald Trump came over the top of it and said, hey, I want to add a bunch of trans stuff to my voting bill. This was not an omnibus bill like Ari was saying. This isn't some giant bill that's covering 1,000 different things. This wasn't any of those. This was just a voting bill. This was just a voting rights bill only. And that's it. And Donald Trump just came in over the top and was like, no, I want to add in a bunch of trans stuff to the voting bill. It actually was a singular
ID
issue
tied
issue
into
bill.
that, and
It
the
was
gender
one.
when
on
it
the
passed the
ID, that's
House,
tied into
it didn't
voting
have
rights.
any
Yeah.
transgender information within it. It was simply just about voting. And then when it went to the Senate, that's when John Thune actually is the one that pushed forward the amendment to add it. I don't remember I think it was someone from Ohio who actually wrote it and pushed it to be added to it while they tacked it on to a Veterans Affairs bill. Like, it was the Senate that made it an omnibus bill. It was solely voters' rights originally in the House.
Okay, well, they tacked other things onto it. Become a big bill. It's become things that they decided was pertinent at that time. They're my administration. I have to trust what they're doing.
That's
I
dumb.
voted for this.
That's dumb as shit. That's the dumbest thing you said the whole time.
Well, I apologize that you think that I'm not educated or that
I didn't say
I'm
you weren't
dumb.
educated. I said what you just said was dumb. Don't extrapolate from what I said. What you just said was dumb. They are my administration, so I have to trust them is a dumb comment.
Absolutely. It's
That
my
is a
commander-in-chief.
moronic comment.
For 4
Okay.
years, I had to follow Biden's word. For 4
No,
years.
you didn't.
I did.
Why would you do
100% I
that?
did.
This is why it's
100%
dumb.
I did.
Why would you do that?
Because he was my president.
So the fuck what?
I didn't have to
Nixon
agree
was
with
your
what he
president.
said,
Should we have
but I
just
didn't
should we have
speak
just
up. I
trusted
didn't-
him? Hitler was in charge of Germany. Should they have just been like, well, he's the leader. Let's just trust him. Let's see where it
Mussolini
goes.
in
No, and
Italy,
there's no
Stalin
comparison
in
like that.
Russia.
Yeah.
No, there's
Apparently,
no
no matter
comparison.
how
I
bad your
actually
leader
do it,
is,
so
if
that's
they're
not-
your leader, we
that's
just
not
trust
fair
them
to
and
say to
just,
me at all.
oh, they're the leader. Let's just go on and move on with our lives.
You are taking what I'm saying and you are
I am
You
not
did
taking
that
what you're
to
saying
us.
and doing
and adding
anything with
things
it.
to it. But no,
I said your statement
I'm saying for
saying
4
that you
years,
have to
I
trust the
endorsed-
administration because they're your administration is a dumb
he is
comment.
my commander-in-chief and I voted for this.
So
I knew
what?
exactly who I was voting for.
So what?
I knew exactly what I was
You
doing.
knew what you were voting
I
for.
mean-
You knew you were voting for a war in Iran. You knew you were voting for higher gas prices. You knew you were voting for higher grocery prices. That's what you knew.
I knew that I was voting for a situation to where we could probably get into a war. Let's be honest. He's not the
So you
Nicest
saw
guy.
you saw Donald Trump and you were like, well, he's probably going to take us to war. He's probably going to make our gas prices higher. He's probably going to make our grocery prices higher. I'm going to vote for him. That's what you said in your head.
I still think he can get out of.
I didn't
what
ask you
he's
that.
been
I said
put
you
into.
saw that
After a
in the
year,
election and you were like, yep, I'm going to vote for that.
I mean, people voted for Joe Biden knowing that what they
Sir,
would get
I
into.
don't give a dude. Hello. Hey. You saw Trump on the ballot and saw higher gas prices, higher grocery prices, and a new war in the Middle East, and you were like, "Yep, I'm going to vote for that."
I voted for the possibility of all those things.
Oh, okay.
Wait, I'm a little confused on that though, because, ma'am, what did JD Vance specifically say about Kamala Harris and Iran on the campaign trail?
I'm sorry, repeat that. You guys are breaking up a little
Or
bit.
even-
he
I
said
would
a
not
lot
know.
of things about
Oh.
a lot of things.
Oh,
I don't know if it's really
No,
a fair
no, I
question.
mean, no, that's why I said, like, specifically, JD Vance had a comment about Kamala Harris and Iran in World War III. Do you remember that comment?
I think you did say that she would get us into World War III and get us into a war with Iran. I do
By
believe you
starting
said
with
that.
Iran. Yeah. So in fact, if you would actually you would be able to make the claim based off of your party saying that if you vote for Kamala Harris and she's the one that becomes president, she's going to start World War III by bombing Iran or getting us into another forever war. You could have made that claim if you had voted for Kamala Harris. But in fact, you voted for the party that preached and said that we won't get into a war with Iran. That's actually
No more
what Trump
wars.
said.
I
You
did.
voted for a party that said, I am the president that had started no new wars. I am the no new war president. I am the peace president. They literally had a campaign commercial that said the peace party. So you voted, that's the opposite. So you're telling me that you took peace party to mean wars.
Before she answers, Sean, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Hit that like button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for being here. If you guys support the live, we do have super chats, super stickers, pay links in the bio. I appreciate it.
I voted for Donald Trump knowing that there could be a war with Iran. And that was just it. Years ago, it was said that there was going to be a war with Iran. And I understand the strategic things going on in the U.S., that war with Iran was probably inevitable. And I say probably because I'm not a future teller and can't tell you what 100% was. If Kamala Harris was in office, I do believe there would have been a war with Iran anyway. Not because she would have started it. It was inevitable. So that to me is a moot point.
So let me ask you a question. With Iran not trying to make a nuclear weapon, not attacking the United States, and in negotiations with them in the United States, trying to freaking come to agreements, actually getting closer to the Gulf nations, you think that it would have been inevitable? Why would it have been inevitable?
Well, it would have been inevitable because that's what you see that's going on. But if you actually read some of the military news that comes out.
I do. I read it all, actually.
Okay,
and I read
wonderful.
intelligence reports.
Wonderful. And I'm glad for that. About a couple years ago, my child was in the United States Navy, and he was even being prepped for possible war. This isn't when Donald Trump was
the Navy is always being prepped for war. That doesn't change anything.
Well,
okay, that's not what I asked you. I asked you why it was inevitable.
We're not always not the way my son was,
sir,
no.
or ma'am. Why is it inevitable? Why was war with Iran inevitable? That's the question I'm asking you.
Well, human rights violations, the fact that there is a terrorist nation, the fact that they are one of the top producers of precious metals because of where we stood economically and where we stand economically now.
Cool. You just described Russia. So is war with Russia inevitable because you just described Russia?
I think eventually, yes. Not right now. But I do think inevitably.
Gotcha. So you described two countries. You described Russia completely, but Donald Trump invites Russia to be on a peace board with him, invites him over to U.S. military bases, has people roll out the red carpet for him, and Iran he attacks.
Wait a minute. I said inevitably. I said eventually. I said eventually.
It wasn't inevitable. It wasn't inevitable. It's war with countries like Iran is only inevitable when you have a weak leader. That is the only time that it's inevitable. If you actually have a
Donald Trump quote.
Yeah, exactly. Donald Trump actually said that exact same thing. Actually, he did say almost that exact same thing about Obama when he said Obama is so weak that he's going to start a war with Iran. And you only get into wars like this when you're weak, when you're weak-willed, when you're scared, right? When you feel like you're back at quarter, and when you're easily manipulated. That's it. So the only reason that we're in a war with Iran right now is because Donald Trump is a weak, bad leader. All right, literally, his own director of national intelligence said this wasn't a problem. What's like the whole thing, like freaking intelligence said it wasn't. The anti-terrorism center said it wasn't a problem. Everybody said it wasn't a problem except for one person, which is Bibi Netanyahu, which Donald Trump apparently trusts more than our entire intelligence apparatus and our military, by the way, which is funny. It means that Donald Trump trusts Israel more than our own military intelligence and military generals and military officials, right? Trust him more than them, right? And is willing to put their lives at risk in order to do that, which is crazy. But honestly, which is really strange. And I know this sounds really stupid and maybe it's a jump to conclusion or whatever, but she said that she was in the military before. And nobody in the military would say my son was in the U.S. Navy. Yeah, what other fucking Navy would she be in? I feel like you lied to me.
No.
She also said that she didn't do any war preparation, which I mean, depending on when she served, maybe, but I feel like even women, when they weren't allowed to
No,
serve
I
in
said
combat
not like
roles,
my son.
There have been 15 years in the 200 years,
What?
250 years of Americans' history that we have
No,
not
that's
been in a
not what
war.
I said. Wait
oh
a minute,
wow,
that's
Out
not
of,
what I
of
said.
250 years
You
the
guys
United
do
States
not,
has
that is
existed,
not what I said at all.
235
I
of
said
those,
not like
we
my
have been in
son.
some type of war. Yeah, and like
that's an
Tata just
interesting
said,
fact.
prepping for war is our job.
Wait a minute.
Like, can you ask
What?
her, can you ask her, what?
The rate is the equivalent of MOS for Navy.
Oh. Yeah, what was
I
your
just
rate?
had to teach you something.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't know
Hey,
that. I don't know nothing about Navy. All I know is their ranks are weird.
I was in second class MA,
Yeah, whatever the fuck that means.
Master at Arms.
Oh, okay. Master at Arms. That's funny. Master at Arms. That definitely sounds like something that would be prepping for war all the time. I don't know what it means, but
it sounds like that
No,
for
no,
me.
no. A Master at Arms is not a lot of people will tell you that they're military cops, but they're not. They're glorified security guards.
Oh, so
Most,
oh, so that's what you were?
security forces.
yes, I was a glorified security guard.
Mm.
There's
I don't know.
a
You
lot
guys do
more
stuff weird
intrusive.
over there in the
training's
Navy.
a lot more intrusive now, but I was in, again, I have grandchildren. I was in a very long time ago.
How long ago?
I was in 20 years ago.
That's not a very long time ago. That's not, and we were literally in the
For
middle
me,
of war.
that's a whole-
What are you
Yeah,
talking
like
about?
that would have
We were
been
in the middle of war 20 years
2006
ago.
when you got
What are you
out.
talking about? We were,
Yeah.
20 years ago,
Dang.
2006. We were 3 years past freaking the invasion of Iraq. We were still
Yeah.
in
26
like
years ago. Excuse me,
26
years
years
ago.
ago?
I was going
2000,
the
so right
military.
before 9/11.
Oh, so right after the Gulf War and right before 9.
The first Gulf War. Yeah.
and right after, dude, we were like, what do you mean we're prepping for war? That's a joke, dude. Come on, give me a
We
break.
were
No,
literally
I said not
That's literally
prepping like
all
my
we were
son.
doing.
You guys
That's
have
freaking
said
nuts.
that. No, you guys have said that 101 times, but that's not what I said. I said not like my son was. I didn't say that I wasn't. That
What's your son
he didn't
do?
have training. Huh?
What's your son do?
He's out now, but he was on submarines.
He was submarine. Dude, oh my god.
They literally have
If
to.
there is
they
anyone
have
that
to
is
battle
always
test
prepped
them.
for war, it is freaking sub
yeah,
crews,
If
dude.
they're on a sub,
I actually have-
that's a different.
I actually have a friend of mine who was freaking. He was on the on nuclear subs, and he's like literally that's all. The shifts that those guys work are nuts. Oh my
Insane. I've
god, he
seen
tells
them
me all
up
about
close.
it. Like it's crazy, dude. They work like 6-hour shifts or something like that, but on like three rotational shifts, right? So it's like they're on for 6, they're off for 12, they're on for 6, they're off for 12, and it's like, or is that right? Is that how they do it? Or is that for 4? Is it 3 6s? It's something like that. Yeah, so like it's only 18. It's so weird, dude. So like you'll work like the morning and then the night, then fuck that, dude. Fuck that. But anyways,
Yeah,
yeah, that's all he told me. He literally told me because he was in on subs like back in like around that time that like early 2000s or whatever, or like late 90s, early 2000s, and literally he said he got deployed to Iraq. Might have been after 2001. I don't remember. But he said he got deployed to Iraq, and that was a break for him. Like he was just working 12s every day.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and he went back to his like sub crew and told him that he was working 12s every day, and that was like a
There
vacation.
you go. At sea, I work 16 hours a day every day. Yeah,
Yeah,
like that's just
that-
what you
yeah,
do
that
when
was-
you're
that
on a
was
sub.
nuts. So,
I've
yeah,
known people
no.
that have also been on subs, and it's like they told me the same thing. They are constantly running drills.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's just what you do when you're
Yeah,
on a
that's
sub.
just- that's
or
just
if you're,
sub life.
If you're
Yeah.
on a
Again.
boat out
Yeah.
at sea,
Again,
like
it
if you're
was-
not
Yeah.
docked, that's just what you do.
So first of all, that's always what subs are doing. Second of all,
No,
if it was
you guys
anything more than
keep
that, and your
taking
son
my
was
word.
telling you, that's a
You
crime.
guys keep
And
taking
third
my
of all,
words
if you're
and
telling
you
it to
guys-
me on this live, that's a second crime. So I don't know what you're talking about over here, but regardless of any of that, no, this war was not inevitable. And I understand that while your son is now out of the Navy, okay, and your son is not being the one that's being put at risk and put in harm's way due to this war of choice that Donald Trump made up that was not inevitable. Okay, a lot of people's children, and are actually at war. A lot of people's children are going to have to go and die for this war of choice that was not
Absolutely.
inevitable, that we did not have to go to whatsoever, that Donald Trump got talked into and manipulated into going into, and that's just a matter of fact. So while you might be okay with that, I'm not okay with sending our troops off to freaking die in a pointless war. I'm sorry.
I am 100% okay with people who have signed up to defend our country and to defend other countries that are doing things that they shouldn't be doing, or that are suppressing women or anything like that. I 100% believe.
We're suppressing women in this fucking country right motherfucking now. That's what the SAVE Act, that's the entire point of it.
Yeah, and also we just killed 158 schoolgirls in Iran. I don't want to hear you talk any shit about suppressing women. We caused that. The United States caused that in 1953.
We are doing that. Like you're saying, we should. Like we are the ones suppressing women in this country right now. Like I don't know what. Like that's a crazy thing to say, that we should freaking send troops off to die because another country is suppressing women. Like we are suppressing women. How about we stop suppressing women before we start sending our kids to other places to go stop other people from suppressing women? By the way, they're still going to be suppressing women after this is all over. They're doing it now. They're going to be doing it after.
So let me just ask you,
You're
Afghanistan. Awesome. Do you believe that we should have sent troops to Afghanistan?
No.
Okay. Do you don't believe we should have? Do you believe we should have gone to Iraq?
No, absolutely not.
So do you believe we should have gone to war with anybody at any time during anything?
Yes.
Okay. So do you believe we should have went to Germany?
Yes. Actually, sooner.
Okay. Well, probably. I agree with you there. But that's another country.
I didn't say that we should not go to any country. We didn't go to Germany because they were suppressing women. We didn't go to Germany because they were suppressing women. We went to Germany because they were an existential threat to the United States and committing a literal genocide.
The Allied powers.
And you don't believe that there's any genocide in Iran? You don't believe women culture?
I don't believe that Iran is I don't believe there's a genocide in Iran. No, I also don't believe there's an existential threat to the United States. I think that there's a human rights crisis. I think that their citizens are being absolutely abused 100%. I think that the friggin' Ayatollah is horrible. But if the qualification for the United States going to war is not every other country that is bad. We don't go to war with North Korea because they're doing the same things. We don't go to war with Russia because they're doing the same things. We don't go to war with freaking, countries in Africa who are doing the same things to their people, or in civil wars, or are run by militias. We don't go to war every single time another country is committing a human rights violation. We don't do it. That's not what that's not what this is about. If we did that, we'd be at war with 24 countries right now.
I don't believe they have the capabilities that Iran has I believe that Iran, if we were going to hit anybody, I do believe it was inevitable, and I do believe they
No, even according to our own United States military intelligence, the closest they would ever get to, the soonest they would ever get to an ICBM would be 2035. They had no capacity to hit the United States of America anytime in the near future, which means automatically that it wasn't inevitable. And they also had a mandate against creating. I'm still going.
9 years
They
is
also
a really
had
long time, but 20 isn't.
Sure. It's
9 years is a long time, but 20 isn't.
No, that's not even what I said. I'm saying it wasn't inevitable. It wasn't anything that was urgent. It wasn't anything that was imminent. Okay. They also had a mandate, a literal mandate that says that they would not create nukes nor ever utilize a nuke if one were to be created. It's called the fatwa.
And Iran should be trusted. Wait a minute. And Iran should be trusted.
This is not a matter of trusting Iran. We had verification. You were in the military. Trust but verify, right?
They won't have.
Hold on. You said you were in the military. Trust but verify, right?
9 whole years they won't have a nuke. That is such a long time.
I didn't ask you that. I said trust but verify, right?
I'm sorry.
Have you ever heard that term, trust but verify?
Yes, I've heard that term.
Okay, awesome. See, we had that. We had trust but verify. We actually had inspectors that were going in and verifying all the things that we were saying. That's how we knew they were true. Yeah, until Donald Trump got rid of that so that we didn't have the ability to verify anyone, okay? But no, they should not be trusted. But that, again, does not mean that we go to war with it, because guess what? They still can't be trusted. We accomplished nothing. The Ayatollah, still in power, just a different one. The IDRC, still in power. They're still oppressing their citizens. They're still oppressing women. They still live in an Islamist regime, right? All of those things are still happening. They're still funding terrorist groups. Every single thing that you're saying is the reason why we should go to war with Iran is exactly the same thing that's happening. And now Donald Trump's just out there lying. I don't know if you heard that or not today. Donald Trump's out there saying that like, oh, we had great talks with Iran and like all that sort of stuff. And this thing will probably like we might have to bomb power plants. And then Iran was like, we're not talking to that motherfucker at all. Like the Iranian regime was just like, Trump's a liar. We're not talking to them at all. This is an entire thing is a fucking joke. All right. And he's not talking to us. It's like the 4th or 5th time that he said that he's talking to Iran, and Iran is like, yeah, we're not doing that.
Who's left to talk to? They've killed like the majority of their leadership, according to Trump. That's the
a
biggest
great
thing.
motherfucking point. That's a great
And he even
point.
specifically said, we're not
9
talking
years.
to the new Ayatollah.
Who the hell are we talking to if we're killing everybody who could have possibly been a decent leader that actually would have worked with the United States? Who could we possibly be talking to? And also, like, not like, and I don't know if people understand this, but Iran is a completely decentralized government. That's the way that they're set up, right? So even if you were talking to one person, that doesn't mean that that one person is talking to anyone else or is in control of any other part. They all work independently. That's why we keep freaking killing their freaking leaders, and they still keep operating at the exact same level. It's a joke. Anyways, man, I've been talking to you for too long. I'm going to move on to the next caller, but I hope you have a good one, right?
You too. Bye-bye.
Bye. All right, Sean, do me a favor. Please hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate you guys so much. Thank you guys so much. If you guys like to support the live, we do have super chats, super stickers. We like to read those in between calls and have a conversation. And yeah, so we like to throw them up on the screen, just like Jay, who said, hello, Ari and Polly. We appreciate that, Jay. Thank you so much. Yeah, we'll throw them up. We'll talk about them. We'll have some fun. We never actually got to like a lot of this earlier stuff too. Yeah. Joe, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Says caller believes that Trump says it's Democrats' fault. Yeah, that's all it is. Scott says Polly cute ears. I am wearing some new headphones today. I'm having a little bit of a hard time with the audio on them, but we're moving. Also, Capo, thank you for the 10 gifted in my server or my live, and 10 gifted over in Ari at the same time. Capo. Huge W's to Capo for another 20 gifted memberships. Absolutely huge. Really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Huge W's to the chat for Capo for that. That's 2 days in a row that Capo is hooked that the hell up, and we are so grateful. Thank you so much.
Very grateful. Thank you.
Scott, thank you for the $2 said, I know a woman that has noticeable mustache. All right, well, congrats. Sorry, that's a weird comment. Queen, thank you so much. CWO, thank you so much. Michael, thank you so much.
All the jewels. And guys, don't forget to follow Pauly. He's the little the panel in the corner over here. I don't know which way to point. Sorry, guys. So on TikTok, and keep tapping the screen. And guys, if you're new for any reason, send your heart me if you haven't already. I should already be at like 450 team members. Thank you.
Hello, how are you?
Hi,
Hi, how old are you?
I'm 18.
What year are you born?
28.
28.
08.
We're negative 2.
All right.
I like that one, 28. We are negative 2.
Yeah. What year were you born? 28. All right. Well, 28 is a number. That is definitely a number. I'll tell you that much. It's definitely a number.
He regressed backwards in age, which I think is like the best thing. And just like,
how old are you?
18.
What year were you born? 28.
Right.
I like it.
Funny.
It's a good number. It's a good 1928. Maybe it was 1928.
Damn.
That's what I meant.
So that's still not.
Hello,
18.
how are you? Go ahead, send it.
All right, thank you, man.
Would you like to specify what people are saying yes to?
Oh, I thought that was stopped by their Supreme Court in Virginia. Is it on? Okay.
Cool. Well, very nice. Vote yes. Do the things. Absolutely. Do the things. All right, cool. Appreciate you, man. All right, we're gonna keep this thing going.
It all right. We're trying to see if someone else will load in here.
Oh, they couldn't hear the caller.
Oh, they couldn't hear TikTok.
I thought I had fixed that. Hello, how are
How's it
you?
going?
It's going well. How old are you?
I'm 20, born 2005.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Honestly, I'm an in-between. Call me an independent if you'd like.
Nope. I call
Started
that
out more on that side, but I'm sorry.
a fascist.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that? I cut you
I
off.
call that a fascist.
A fascist?
Mm-hmm.
You call me a fascist?
If you're an in-between, yeah, you're not an independent. Yeah.
Well, you say I'd be a fascist for that?
Yes. If you're in between democracy and people and the administration trying to take democracy away, then you're not in between. It's just fascism. Yeah.
No, okay. To not really report Democratic or Republican, to not be on either side.
You cannot be either side, sir. I'm not a Democrat or Republican either. I also am, vehemently against the freaking Trump administration because I support things like democracy and the Constitution.
I got you. Yeah. Okay. I see.
Yeah.
Boy, it's weird talking on here, not seeing your face. I've been watching for the last 40 minutes. But anyway, okay.
Yeah,
All
I'm saying is, sir, there is no what I hate right now. Okay, and this is me being honest, and maybe I was a little harsh there. So let me lighten it up a little bit.
No, you're fine. You're not gonna.
Let me apologize. Okay, what is going on right now is a bunch of people are trying to be like, oh, I'm in between. This is not a time where you can be in between. There's an administration right now who is trying to pass the SAVE Act, who is currently trying to disenfranchise people from voting because they understand that people voting is bad for them and bad for their policies, even though those policies hurt Americans, right? They are currently trying to make it like they're trying to send ICE agents to to voting places in order to intimidate voters, right? They're trying to institute a poll tax. You know what I'm saying? These people are literally currently right now trying to take away democracy from the United States. And I don't care if you're on the left. I don't care if you're on the right. I don't care if you're in the center. I don't care if you're a fucking communist, right? Like, I don't care where you're at on the Overton window. You should, the way our country is built and the way all countries should be built is through a democratic system, right? And if you're just like saying, I'm in between on that, right? If you're saying I'm in between, then you're saying, okay, I'm cool with a little bit of disenfranchisement of voters, right? I'm cool with a little bit of voter suppression.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that. Would you like to know the reason I am in between?
Sure.
Well, be honest with you, this is going to sound crazy. You hear this word here, and it kind of just goes to cringe for anybody, even me when I say it. But the Epstein files, honestly, I started. You get more and more into these Epstein files. I sure do feel like just this whole government just corrupt on either which side. Trump's on there, Clintons are on there, and a whole list of people. I mean, the list is ridiculous, and it honestly makes me feel like this whole world that I grew up in, which shoot, I'm not very old. Like I said, I'm 20 years old, but it just sure does feel like it's fake right now. I mean, I was in, I'll tell you, I live in the Missouri area, Missouri, Kansas area, and I was in Kansas City 2 weekends ago, and there was a good number of liberal protesters on the side of the road, protesting ICE and all these different things. And I would tell you, I on most subjects, I'd usually lean more right. But you know what? Let's pull over. Let's go talk and hear what they have to say. And of course, I live in the middle of nowhere, so I'm in boots, jeans, t-shirt, and I get there and hadn't saying a word, but right away they're real defensive with me. I look a little different, and I calmed everybody down and we had our talks, and I just realized everything they were talking about and we were fighting over, it was pointless. And not pointless. I don't want to say pointless. It never got anywhere. It was so much hate and negativity every which way. Sorry, I'm tongue-tied. I couldn't believe it. I'm like, it just all feels like a big distraction.
Yeah, sir. The biggest thing that the freaking group that's in power right now, the current member, Donald Trump, who's the president, who's in the Epstein files, who has what I think close to a dozen different people in his administration that are also in the Epstein files, right? The biggest,
Yep.
worst thing that they're convincing you of is that it's a both sides issue, which means that they're winning. Right? If they're
You
convincing
don't
you
think
it's a
it's a
both sides
you
issue,
don't think it's a
if
both
you have
sides
to
issue?
go back, sir, if the current
Sorry, I was
president
cutting
is
you off.
in the Epstein files over 100,000 times in the unredacted ones or in the redacted
Mm-hmm.
files, right? And the closest thing you have to link a Democrat to it is a president who hasn't been president in your lifetime. Okay, then maybe it's not a both sides thing. Maybe it's a one side thing, and they're trying to phrase it as a both sides thing in order to convince you that the one that's in power right now is equal to the other side. It's literally what they're doing to you right now. They are literally making it feel they can't beat how many times they're in the Epstein files. So instead of doing trying to beat you on who's in the Epstein files, they're just saying, oh well, the other side's bad too.
I don't know why a timeline would have to take away with that. And I'm not just pointing out the Clintons. There's Bill Clinton, all that crap in there. There's so many people there. I can't sit
No.
here and
When
name
was
all the
Bill
people
Clinton
in the
ever in our
files.
government?
I don't understand why it would be a one-sided thing.
When
And
was
I
Bill
think
Clinton
they're
ever in
just
our
trying to
government?
not claim it at all.
Bill Clinton was
Trump
never in our
obviously
government.
says,
He never ran as he was
What-
never a Democratic, candidate. Democratic, held an elected position for anything. What does Bill Clinton have to do with anything? Bill Clinton
You're
was
thinking of Bill Gates, babe.
sorry, Bill Gates. Bill Gates
yep.
wasn't in anything, right? He never
Bill
ran
Gates
in
is.
anything, right? So he doesn't
Bill
even
Gates is in
matter,
the files.
right? And you're trying to make a claim about him being a Democrat, and then Bill Clinton,
No.
literally testified in front of Congress, and they came out with nothing.
And also,
You're
Bill
missing
Gates is
you're
in one
missing my point here.
email.
I'm not saying he's on a side. I'm saying he's in the files too. There's so many people in the files
In
with so
one
much
email that
ridiculous.
was a draft that Epstein wrote to himself.
What's that?
It wasn't even like Bill Gates wasn't implicated anywhere in there. It was just like Epstein wrote himself an email and saved it
Hey.
as a draft, being like, yes, Bill, if we can maybe see about getting you some antibiotics to sneak into your wife's drink because you got
That's not
a
what I'm talking about.
STI.
No,
I'm
you're
talking about
trying to make
I'm
this
talking
whole,
about the virus, creating a virus and a vaccine email, which I don't have a number for it. You can look it up if you'd like. I don't have a computer right here in front of me, but you can look it up for the number. I'm sure it'll pop up real quick. There's just so much in those files. There's so many files. How do you go through them all, right? And then there's so many files that aren't on there. Why are they being suppressed in the first place?
because Donald Trump is in them.
Well, Donald Trump. Well, why didn't Joe Biden release them?
Because they were active
And I'm not
files in the
saying
Ghislaine Maxwell case, and so they could not be released. Also, the president is not supposed to be the one that does that. The DOJ does that, who's supposed to be acting independently, except for Donald Trump said that the DOJ is no longer going to act independently. They're going to act under him.
Okay, that could be fair. And if it's something that needs to be done, even if it's, I don't want to say you should get into the unlawful because that's where it's the scary stuff, which with Trump with the war, I don't really know if I support the war. I don't necessarily think I do. I think Israel's manipulative, and it sure does feel like they're kind of running the show here right now. But I don't see what the problem was with the files. What do you think would be the solution with the files? I guess I should put it that way.
Sorry, I didn't hear the last thing you said.
What do you think we should take about all these files then? I just think this
Should
is
impeach
just,
Trump.
I mean, people are out here protesting each side. Don't you think this is something we should be out here protesting on? The
Yeah,
files,
impeach
all the
Trump.
crap
That's what
in
you
it.
should
I mean,
do. That's what
demonic
you should
stuff.
do, man.
Call your representatives in Congress and tell them to sign off on articles of impeachment.
Do you think that'd go anywhere?
If you call your representatives and your senators, perhaps, but that's something you have to
Yeah.
continue to work to. Or, hear me out. Vote
I'm
in
listening.
representatives and senators that are on the ticket that are speaking out against Trump right now and are promising that they don't agree with his campaign, they don't agree with what he's doing. Vote for them.
I don't necessarily think Trump's the problem. I just think it's a bigger picture. And the thing is I guess I can't get anywhere because I don't know what I can prove rather than what you read on stuff like the files. If you go left and right, I'm going to have a lot different ideas on what you all have. When you all were talking about the trans stuff, I'm somewhat with it and somewhat against it. I mean, it was kind of like if we can go back to this subject, I don't mean to completely go off the rails.
No, I'd
'cause I'm
rather
just
you
I
didn't.
don't
We've
have
already
much to
addressed
say.
that.
I
I
don't
don't
have much
care
to
about
say
your
more than
opinion
I
on
think
that
it's just a
subject.
big minute, then rather than we're just kind of a joke right now. But
I
when you
don't.
were talking about
ag-
like the trans stuff,
I don't
how do
care
you?
about your opinion on that subject. We're not going back to it. I've said that
Oh,
twice now.
trans?
Yes.
Oh, good. Okay, that's fine. That's fine because that's really a nasty subject to get into. Any which way you look at it, boy, that could be taken wrong. Anyway, that's not what I mean. I don't know. I think we're in a messed up world right now, and that's about all I can say with that. This war, Benton Nahu or whatever, I would say it wasn't inevitable. I think Trump initiated it. Trump caved, and I think he's been turned for it. But I guess you could put me on the conspiracy side. So why do y'all think? I guess what would be your all solution for the world right now? What would you do?
On what?
How do you fix the world?
How do you fix the world? Well, that's pretty.
Our country. I'm sorry.
That's pretty.
That's very deep. Like,
Yeah,
for one,
it's like we're in a philosophy class now or something.
Yep.
go back
There's
in
no
time.
answer to how do you fix the world. I'm not gonna even let you answer. There's no answer to how
Just
do you
go
fix
back
the
in
fucking
time.
world. Like,
Boom.
are you gonna fix the fucking world?
I do not have a
This is
magic
fucking
wand.
joke.
I cannot do it.
Well, it's just too dang bad, ain't it?
Yeah, sounds like
All
it.
right, man. We're gonna let you go and have another conversation. You have a good one, right?
Hey, you all take it easy, and we're just sheep.
Well, at least one of us
Adios.
is. All right, we're gonna keep this thing. Oh my goodness, I cannot. I am just driving. This feedback is driving me nuts. It's absolutely driving me nuts. We're gonna keep this thing going. Really appreciate you guys. Scott, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. We really appreciate that. Said can Rump Bros be
No.
trusted? Absolutely not.
Absolutely
All right,
not.
I'm gonna get you to run.
Okay.
Thank you guys so much. If you
All
guys like
right.
to support the live videos, super chats, super stickers, all that fun stuff. Also, make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much.
When I have a moment, I want to show you guys this, and phone lines are back open, so you guys can call into the number. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, it's been the whole.
Hi, how are you?
Hey, how are you guys? I'm a friendly here, really quick. They're saying on TikTok in a MAGA group that Trump didn't go to Epstein Island to harm kids. He went there because he doing loans with Epstein.
Okay, I don't really care what someone is doing. Thank you. Hey, how are you? Hello? I heard the beeping.
Hello?
Hi, how old are you?
22?
Are you still I guess that's a no.
He
Do
was
you
20,
still
He was 20
exist?
something.
Do
He
you
was 20
still-
something.
Do you even still exist? The answer is nah.
Yeah, MAGA lives are weird. That
Yeah,
just surprised me.
Like
we can't-
if I want to see what they're talking about, I will go in myself. Otherwise, I truly don't
God, there's some
care.
crazy shit that's going on there.
They're going on they're always on some kind of conspiracy nonsense. I don't even know how their lives don't get taken down. We were talking about
It's insane.
about
really
Epstein
insane.
and got a 10-minute restriction
Yeah.
for talking about Epstein for 5 fucking minutes, but apparently they can run a whole goddamn live about that the same topic, just a different avenue.
Yeah, they say all
And
sorts
don't
of
get
crazy
taken
shit.
down.
It's wild. It's wild. All right, y'all. Phone
It's
lines are still
annoying.
open. Sorry, I'm trying to fix something over here because I can't. I'm so loud in my own ears right now. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna have to switch back to my other headphones so I can figure this out. Because it is
Yeah.
so loud on here. We can see if we got anybody over on TikTok. Oh no, we don't got anyone over there either. That's okay. I think both those people are friendlies. I'm pretty sure about that. I'm pretty sure about that. Anyways, y'all, if you guys still support Trump, you guys can call in on the phone number above us, or you can join the TikTok request box over there. We had some people calling in earlier. Sorry, I'm over here. I'm like not as engaged right now because I'm trying to fix my headset volume, but I will be right back with you guys, I promise.
Hi, how are you? Hello? Oh, did... Okay, I thought for a second maybe we aired out. No, the guy just didn't talk, and I guess he got stage fright. I promise, I'm usually nice. I can't say I'm always nice, but I am fairly nice. Okay, try this. Hello, how are you?
Hello, hola amigo. I would like to order dos burritos today, one with carne asada and one with carnitas. Please add extra onions and cilantro. I would like this order to go for Roberto.
You'll, sorry, wrong number. I don't know what you're
Hola?
talking about.
I said I would like to order dos burritos, one with carne asada, one with carnitas. Add extra
Yeah.
onions and cilantro.
Is that why you hung up on me like 5 seconds ago?
You don't have carne asada burritos?
Done. I can't. Okay. I thought I would try. It didn't work out that way. No. Like, sir, I already said no. 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 The answer was no. I don't like. Hi, how are you? Okay. Yeah, that guy had called in and he hung up. So if you guys are being that way, I will just block all of your numbers. You're not worth it to me to be spamming me out, so I don't like whatever, my guy. All right. Thank you for calling the stream. Are you there? Okay. Well, then I'll just ignore all of those too. But what I wanted to show you guys was this, and I thought this was kind of funny. Let me see if I can't get this pulled up real quick. I'm sure that they'll call me as I play a video because they love to do that on lives. Ah! I didn't want that to play yet. So I'm sure you guys know already who Stephen Miller is, right? So I want to show y'all this. Okay. So this happened today. This was Stephen Miller as Donald Trump was talking. Okay.
Iran's missile capabilities were also growing so fast that it would soon have become virtually impossible to stop them. Once they have a missile, once they have what they were building, Iran's missile capabilities were
The
also
eye
growing
roll.
so fast that it would soon have become
Heavy sigh.
impossible to stop them. Once they have a missile, once
His
they have
complete exasperation when it comes to having to sit there and listen to Donald Trump speak in the background. He is exasperated. He is tired of it. He wants off this ride. He is so tired of listening to Donald Trump, even though he's the one that's running it in theory, right? Like, he's just so tired of it. He's like, I can't do it anymore. I can't do it anymore. He doesn't want to do it anymore. All right. But yeah, like Stephen Miller's just like, fuck this shit. I'm done is what he's saying. And yeah, it is semi on him. You're right. You're right. It is semi on him, and it is what it is, because he was just like, I'm not fucking around with this shit anymore. And just they're weird people. That's all I gotta say. We know that one. Hello, how are you? All right. Did you guys see the fact that SCOTUS heard not necessarily a voting rights case? So it was about mail-in ballots. They heard oral arguments from that today. And it was because Mississippi passed a law saying that they could accept mail-in ballots received after the date of the election up to 4 days, as long as it was postmarked up to the day of the election. Mind you, Mississippi is not the only red state that tried to pass this law, right? Other states have the law, including Texas. Texas is the largest red state, and they already have that law in place about that they can accept mail-in ballots after the day of the election as long as they are postmarked the day of the election. So, hi, how are you? Yeah. As long as they're postmarked up to the day of the election, and that's how they're going about doing that. And the oral arguments were very weird to listen to, I gotta be honest. And I'm not sure which way the justices are leaning when it comes to that. Um, I don't know. They both sides asked very pointed questions. But y'all act like it's some kind of, well, not y'all, but the Republican Party acts as though it's some kind of one-sided issue, that it's just like the Democratic Party that's doing this, but it's not. Like, Republican states have the same rules. Mail-in ballots have been used for a long time. They went back all the way to prior to the Civil War, and like they went back to the Civil War to talk about how we voted in person in the Civil War because somebody went out into the trenches and walked up to people and like, hey, do you want to cast your vote, and who are you voting for? Like, all of these things happened, and it just like didn't do anything.
All right, y'all. We're gonna try to keep this thing going. Really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Sorry, like I said, I'm sorry I've been quiet for a little second. I left Ari to her own for a second, but she handles her own just fine. I'm trying to get that. I am so loud in my own headphones, and then after about an hour and a half, it starts to wear on you a bit. You know what I'm saying? It starts to wear on you a bit after a while. You're just like, oh my goodness, can I please get a little less of my own voice for some reason? I feel like I'm screaming over here. Scott, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Really appreciate that. Said every time the Epstein files are mentioned, magazines want to talk about everyone else in the files, even though Trump has been mentioned more times than everyone else combined. They were best friends. Yeah, every single time.
Agreed.
Like, for some reason, like, they're like, oh yeah, Trump was in the Epstein files. Oh well, some guy that we don't care about or hasn't been freaking politically relevant in 20 years. Oh, well, he was also in there. Like, dude, the current president in the United States is in there more than Epstein himself on, pretty much. All right.
and-
So what are we talking about here?
And I just saw this. So apparently 20 minutes ago, Mark-Wayne Mullins is officially the new DHS secretary.
All right. Well, that sounds like it fits right into this super chat.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but anyways, yeah, no, it's just their way of coping with the idea that Donald Trump is in the Epstein files. It doesn't.
It is.
Yeah, that's all they're trying to do. It's really, really sad. And
Yeah.
Scott, thank you so much for the $5. Said, didn't Vance, among others, speak negatively of Trump? Vance spoke more negatively about Trump than I think everyone else combined. He was incredibly good. He was the one who actually called Trump Hitler. Yeah. He's the one who actually called Trump Hitler. Funny, like, I don't know if that's funny or not, but he's the one who actually said that. Yeah. I don't know if that was before. Maybe he just hadn't seen a couch in a while. But yeah, he was the one who actually did that. And so yeah, he's two-faced as hell. He's such a little fucking worm. He really, really is. He's such a little fucking worm.
I still like I don't know how many of y'all watched it. I'm sure everyone's seen this part where Rand Paul really doesn't like Mark-Wayne Mullin. And so apparently Mark-Wayne Mullin had made comments to reporters previously and hadn't made these comments directly to Rand Paul's face. That's Rand Paul's recollection. And so Rand just calls him out on it in this committee hearing. And the only thing Mark-Wayne was upset about was the fact that, from his recollection, he already told Rand this to his face.
First of all, whoever just put Mark-Wayne as a beast in the
is weird and
chat,
should be calling.
Don't you do that? That is one name, not two. You are not allowed to put a space in that name. Okay, that is Mark-Wayne. All right, you don't try. That's your name's Joe Dirt. Don't try to church that thing up. Okay, that is one name. All right, and stop trying to pretend.
Cool. Yeah, that he's fixing it, guys. Yeah, I don't know why guys, it's one name. Like, it's Mark-Wayne. It's very odd.
Yeah, don't try to take the whatever that
They
is.
gave him 2 names in one and then matched him up against Rand, who doesn't even have a real first name. Like, what kind of name is Rand?
Hello, how are you? Hello. All right, goodbye. That's okay. Like I said, there'll be a Trump supporter that calls in or not. It doesn't really bother me. They get kind of it's kind of weird to listen to them anyway. I feel like none of them have like a difference of opinion anymore. Like and like it's all changed over to this the whole like, oh, like I'm just trying to be an independent and trying to be middle. Like you were a Trump supporter 4 days ago. Show the fuck out, dude. Hello, how are you?
Hello there. How are you, sexy lady?
I'm doing great. You interested in some boom boom?
My name is Patel Plapapupalum. I am from India.
That was actually kind of a funny name. I'm not gonna lie. That actually kind of got me a little bit. I don't know what the hell Papalopaloop is, but that shit was kind of funny.
Sexy lady.
That was that's Korean, but you know we're gonna go with the same thing over here. We're still gonna get it.
I'm sorry, that was funny. All I got was, hey, sexy lady. I was like, how you doing, sexy lady? Just like, hey, sexy lady. I can't.
Yeah, just looking for a little quick boom boom. Anywho, yeah, we had love you long time from India. All right, we'll see if there's any Trump supporters that want to come up again. You can either join the guest request box or you can call in on the number that's above my head. I'm still trying to fix stuff over here, so I know I'm being a bad host. I apologize, but it'll make me a better host in the future. Okay, it'll make me a better host in the future if I can figure out how to stop making it sound like I'm screaming into my own ears. Which is it's funny is right now it sounds fine, but it just kind of like jumps in and out of being okay. I'm sure it's just one little dumb setting someplace that has. Are you there?
Hello,
Hi, how old are you?
26.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
Yes, sir.
Awesome. Why is that?
I have a question to ask you, and this doesn't really have to do with Trump or anything, but what is a woman?
Have you never met one before, sir?
You, once or twice.
So then why are you asking me?
Because you liberals don't know what a woman is.
I'm not a liberal.
I was going to say, who's the liberal in the room?
I mean, I've met plenty of women, and I can point them out every single fucking time. I'm sorry that you can't.
Yeah, nice.
I'm just saying, if you're having a hard time with that, sir, I would maybe go ask your mother.
I'm sorry, I didn't get that.
You don't get who your mother is? That explains why you don't know what a woman is.
This is classic left.
How many genders are there?
Classic left. Two. There's two
Donald
genders.
Trump said there
God
was
created
6.
two genders.
Donald Trump said there were 6.
Really?
Yeah,
no, literally. This within the last week, Donald Trump said there were 6 genders.
Just yesterday.
Just yesterday.
Yeah, it wasn't even the last week. Just yesterday.
Well.
Also, can you get closer to your microphone? Because you're talking super low.
Is this better?
Yeah, it's great.
Is this better?
That's great. So why do you disagree with Trump? Then thinking there's only 2 genders, and Donald Trump says there's 6.
I do disagree with Trump on that matter.
So you're not
I
a
think
Trump
there's
supporter
only
anymore,
2
right?
genders. What?
So you're not a Trump supporter anymore?
Well, I agree with Trump on those things, but that's the main question I wanted to ask you all because
gotcha.
it's a very fundamental issue.
So when liberals do it.
Hello, I lost you.
I got you back.
Oh, you got okay. I'm sorry, I didn't
hear
what your last statement was.
That was on me. No, I said it's funny that when liberals do it, it's you crazy liberals and all your genders. When Donald Trump does it, you agree with it. Just kind of strange.
No, you're twisting my words. I said I don't agree with President Trump on that certain comment. If he said it, I didn't hear him say it. But if he did,
I can read it to you. It was a True Social post. I'm not going to read all of it. We read through it all yesterday, and it was
Okay.
off
Well, I
Okay,
mean,
the
that's
he
rails.
already says he doesn't support Trump anymore. I don't know why we need to read it to him.
Not valid if
He
he
already
doesn't
said he
support him
doesn't
anymore.
support Trump anymore. He's over it.
Sir.
Hmm.
I voted for the guy, and I'm very happy with the vote
Why
that I
would you
cast.
vote for someone who says there's 6 genders, sir?
I didn't hear him say that.
Oh, but if you go back now, like if you had, if you could go back in time, you wouldn't vote for him now, though, right?
I would still vote for him because there's no person
Oh, so you
that will
don't
be
actually care
perfect.
how many genders there are. You only care that you think the liberals care that there's so many genders. So you don't actually care how many genders actually exist. You only care about that because you think that's what liberals care about, and so you think that you're making a comment on it that's going to freaking be a gotcha or hurt someone. When in actuality, you don't actually give a fuck how many genders there are.
That's nice.
I know
That's
it is kind of nice, isn't it?
Yeah, it's you all amaze me. Let me just say
you. Are you having a
the
hard time?
left amazes me. I'm sorry.
You said it's you, and I was just trying to figure out what you're talking about.
Oh, okay. So we're throwing personal insults at each other.
No, that's just not an
the
English
kind of
sentence,
stuff
and I don't know how
like
to
to hear from the
translate
left.
that into English.
No. Don't interrupt me. Don't interrupt me. You interrupted me.
You actually asked me a question, sir.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, you asked me a question. You said,
Okay.
"Oh, are we just throwing insults now?" So I was answering the question.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
It's just the stuff I expect from the left.
So if you ask me a question and I answer that question, then I'm interrupting you, and that's what you expect from the left. No, that all checks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, nope, that completely makes sense to me, sir.
Yeah. Well, my prayer for you all is that,
Prayer.
you find CS. It's called common sense.
Oh.
And I pray and I hope that you all find
I bring
more
a
to-
hex down upon you from Satan himself.
Oh, wow. That's incredible.
Hail Satan! Can we get some Hail Satans in the chat?
666 in the chats, guys. Hail Satan!
Hail Satan!
Jesus loves you.
Satan loves me more.
Right.
He loves you too.
That's
He'll welcome you into the
Satan
temple.
does not love me.
See, in the
Satan does not
temple,
love
when
me.
you're welcome into
He's here to lie,
the
cheat,
satanic
steal, and
temple, I just
destroy.
want to let you know, when you are welcome into the satanic temple, you actually have full bodily autonomy given to you. No one can impede upon you. That's actually probably the most freeing church to be a part of, is the satanic temple, because as long as you are not impeding on somebody else or hurting anybody else, you get to just be you and exist, right? The satanic temple is actually going out and fighting against child abuse, is actually going out and fighting against teachers being able to physically discipline children in their schools without telling the parents first. So like I don't ever hear any Christians going out and talking bad about that, or any church saying that you shouldn't be doing that, but the satanic temple fucking is. So yeah, hell Satan all goddamn day.
Hey, in the Bible, how many people does Satan kill in the Bible?
Wow.
How many people does Satan kill in the Bible?
Again, I hope you all come find
Hey, sir, how many people does Satan kill in the Bible?
He has a plan for your life.
Yes, I know Satan has a plan for my life. That's why I'm asking you. How many people did he kill in the Bible?
No, I was talking about Jesus, sir.
How many people does God kill in the Bible?
The whole world.
I don't know the exact amount.
He literally
sir.
wiped out humanity. He ordered the Israelites to kill men, women, and children.
I do know how many people he saved, though.
Literally, he had so many people killed in the Bible. Satan didn't have a singular person killed. You know that?
Yes.
You know, if you actually read the Bible without, being told how to read the Bible, it's actually a hero story for Satan, right? And God is actually the villain.
Interesting.
Yeah, if you actually read the Bible, that's actually how. But you have to be able to do that without, you have to be able to turn your brain on when you read the Bible. Not
Yeah.
have somebody else tell you how to. How
I
to
still
think.
want him to tell me
Really?
what church is actually
Because
speaking
you
out
all
in
are so
Texas.
loving. You all are
Kiddo,
being so
kiddo,
loving to me, and that's
sir,
just fantastic. And
sir,
you know, that's a great moral value to have in your life.
sir. One second.
That's great.
Hold on. What church?
Yes,
I gave you all the things that the Satanic Temple is actually fighting for. Can you tell me what church is actually doing anything that I just said? What church is fighting out against schools in Texas being able to physically discipline children?
Almost every Christian church in America.
Name them.
That's not
Well,
true.
I go to one. I don't want to give you the name of the church.
I literally
but
went to a Christian school
many
like
many
my
of the
entire life, and they
Presbyterian churches,
literally
many
had
of the
physical
Baptist.
punishment in the
Why do
school.
you all interrupt me?
Because
you're
there's
a liar,
physical.
and I'm correcting you.
Yeah.
I've been very.
You said every single
civil
church
to
is
you
for
all.
that, and that's not true.
I remember.
Doesn't it say something about
Okay.
lying in the Bible, sir?
What'd you say? I'm sorry.
Doesn't it say something about lying?
Did I see something online?
Yeah, in the Bible, doesn't it say something about how you shouldn't lie?
Yes.
Oh, then why are you up here lying, saying that every single church in the United States is against physical punishment?
I said almost. You're twisting my words again. You've
Almost.
twisted them multiple times.
Almost.
I said
Yeah,
almost every
that's a
church.
fucking lie.
There are gay lesbian churches that don't support that.
I would love a gay lesbian church as long as they take the Jesus out.
Wow.
I mean, I would definitely go to one, but I highly doubt that
That'd be so
gay
much better.
lesbian churches like endorse beating kids. Like they do corporal punishment in private Christian and private Catholic schools, sir.
Wow. Yeah. That's why I'm not a Catholic.
I said Christian as well.
I heard Catholic.
I said Christian
I don't
and
even- I don't even
Catholic.
think
He's
Catholics
got
would
really
do that.
selective hearing.
Yeah, he does that. He hears a word that he doesn't like, and then he just switches his brain off.
Yeah, he's
which
like,
in
oh,
his
goodness.
defense is very helpful when reading the Bible.
I mean, that is true.
If you just hear the words you like and then turn your brain off, it is the best way to read your Bible if you're an apologist.
Because the best way to create an atheist is for them to read their Bible.
Okay. I just this is the last thing I'm gonna say on the Bible is that
I'd rather you not
he
say anything
he
at
has
all.
a plan for your life, and we didn't form from a gastrous ball. There was a creator. He created you, and he knew you before you were knitted into your mother's womb.
Are you actually crying, sir?
Hell fucking saying.
Me? Am I crying?
It sounds like you're crying, dude. What the fuck is going on here?
Well, I'm definitely not crying.
Oh.
But he has a plan for your life, and he loves you.
I know
and
his
if you
plan
give
for
your
my
life to
so
him, you'll
so
spend
he has a
all
plan for my life,
eternity
and his plan
with
for my
him.
life is for me to worship Satan at all costs. Hail Satan.
Have you been drinking?
Okay, bye. Have I been drinking? No, but I should be in order to fucking deal with you. Fuck, man. I think I might go grab one right now. Holy shit. I have not, but literally at this point, I feel like it might be a great time to start. I was actually talking to you. I was just thinking about that. I was literally just like, man,
I need a drink after that one.
I would love to start drinking right now. That would be preferable.
It's just so insane. Like, gosh, guys, like literally, the best way to create an atheist is to read your fucking Bible. It's the best, worst way to do that.
Sorry, I was thinking about something. Hello, how are you?
Not bad. How's it going?
It's going great. How old are you?
41.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
To a degree, yes.
Awesome. Please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. Please if you guys like to support the live, please help Ari out with her live gift goal, or you can gift me down in the little box thing. I'm down there too. Also, we have super chats, super stickers, memberships all open. So if you'd like to support the live, we really, really appreciate that. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. We really appreciate that for all the support. It does help us to keep doing this every single day. All right, sir. So why do you still support Trump?
Pardon me?
So why do you still support Trump?
I'm just kind of blown away that he seems to be the only person who pulls the trigger on a lot of stuff a lot of presidents have avoided.
You mean like school children?
Pardon me?
Like school children?
Hey, can I ask you guys a question? I see this channel all the time, and I listen to the conversations that you guys have, but I'm kind of curious what your goal is.
My goal is to bring facts and evidence to people who seem to be completely ignorant of it.
Okay. So when it comes to Trump, then, is there anything that you support him on?
Dude, I'm not supposed to have to find something that when somebody is trying to take away voting and democracy in the United States, someone is literally starting wars that are getting our troops killed. When somebody is literally in the Epstein files over 100,000 times, it is not my job to try to find something good with that.
I'm not telling you to try to find something. I'm telling you if there's any common ground whatsoever. Is there
I don't want
anything
common ground with anything
that his administration has done that you're like, yeah, that needs to happen?
The only thing this administration could do that I would be in agreement with is to go away.
Okay, well, that's not going to happen. So
it will actually.
There's literally nothing. Like what I don't understand about the message that you guys seem to like put together is that there's never any common ground.
What I don't understand is how Canadians are so involved in American politics to the point where they think they can tell me how to feel about. Hey, what I'm curious about is why a Canadian
do something that
sir, what I don't understand is why a Canadian thinks he's so concerned with American politics that somebody that is not involved in our political conversation is going to try to tell me about how I should fucking feel about it.
Well, I think it's hilarious that you say something like that, but everything you say about all of this stuff makes everyone involved, and everyone is involved.
Can you imagine if, like, during World War II, right, the United States, instead of getting involved, was like, you know what, Germans and other Europeans, I just think it's weird that you don't find common ground with Hitler. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know it's not my political system, it's nothing I'm involved in, but I think it's just weird that you guys just aren't finding common ground. I know he's committing a genocide. I know he's starting a war in all Europe, but I think you guys over there just, for good stuff, should try to find more common ground with it. Sir,
that's also what they should have said to the United States after Japan bombed Pearl Harbor.
Yeah. We should just try to find common ground.
Come up with a peace treaty.
Find common ground and kind of hang out. No, sir, you are in another country trying to tell me how I should feel about our politicians. Okay, if you want to have a say in our politics, then come on down here. I don't know how you're going to immigrate. Okay, and honestly, it doesn't sound like we want you. Okay, but when you have no dog in the fight, you don't get to tell me how the fuck I feel about our politicians. Cool.
The dog in the fight. It's geo-global politics,
How
man.
I feel about my president is not geo-global politics.
I wasn't asking you how
yes,
you
were.
feel
you
about
were
your
specifically
president.
saying
that's
what I find funny about
it was
you.
A very direct
you said
question,
I saw your channel.
Awesome.
You said I saw your channel. Your channel keeps popping up, and what I think is funny about you is that you don't find anything as far as common ground. You did not say anything about the world. You didn't say anything about. You said me. You said I watch your fucking channel. You are trying to come onto my channel and tell me how to feel about my politicians when you're not even a part of it.
Dude, everyone's a part of it. How do you not understand
fuck off.
that?
How about that?
A boot.
Fucking shit, dude. Fucking dude. How about this? You like it so much, all right? Why don't we trade? I'll go hang out in Canada for the next 3 years.
Well, no, actually, how about Mark Carney just pulls a Maduro on
That's
Trump?
What I'm saying. Apparently, we can just steal,
presidents of another country that we're having disagreements with.
Yeah. Someone said he got abooted.
Abooted. I love you guys so much when you say funny stuff. Abooted. Like, I don't know about that. Oh, God, I can't do that. Please don't encourage me to say stupid things. I mean, actually, I do that anyway, but, hey.
I saw the number and I was like, I bet you he's Canadian. And then he just said he gave it away.
Said something, yeah.
Yeah, he gave it away way too easily.
Oh, man.
He gave it away way too easily. All right, y'all, if you guys still support Trump, preferably from this country, you guys can call it the number above or below or wherever the heck it is at this point. Yeah, and we'll try to keep this thing going. I actually wonder... Oh, there's one right there, actually. Hello, how are you?
Hello?
Hey, how are you?
Hey, what's going on, buddy? How are you?
Doing great. How old are you?
I'm 37.
Awesome. Do you still support Trump?
I do.
Why is that?
You said, why is that?
Yes, sir.
Because he is making America not look like a bunch of pussies on the world stage, regardless of how you feel about his, personality. We are respected, whether that be through fear or that be through, intimidation. I'd rather be feared than potentially be invaded by, whoever the country is that would attempt that with a weaker leader in power.
Yeah, who invaded us under Biden, just out of curiosity?
Hold on one second, let me turn you up a little bit. What'd you say?
Yeah, I was just curious, who invaded us under Biden?
Who is what? Biden. What?
You said I would rather him for start wars and do all this bullshit instead of being invaded by every other country, and I was wondering who was invading us.
Nobody invaded us under Biden, but it would happen for sure with a Democrat in power under the policies that were
under Obama,
being pushed on the previous administration.
Yeah, who invaded us under Obama?
Under Obama?
Yeah, who invaded us?
Did anybody say? No one said anything about Obama.
So you're saying that Trump had to come in to show some type of power move to stop us from getting invaded, but nobody was invading and nobody was trying to.
We were in the middle of a war when Obama was president. From a
that's not what you said. You said he needed to do it in order to stop us from being invaded, like what was happening before. You said that the reason that he had to do this is because it showed that we were stronger, so we weren't getting invaded. That's what the question I'm asking you about.
Yeah, because Bush initiated the Middle East conflicts that we have, right?
Cool. Were we invaded
under false
Bush?
pretenses? Under false pretenses, I'll give you that, right?
Sir, I'm just trying to get to the part where we were invaded. You brought up us being invaded. You said we had to do this because
I didn't say
for Donald Trump to do this. So we weren't invaded.
We were.
Who was invading
I said
us?
it would happen.
When? By who?
I mean, it would have been by proxy. It would have been
who? Who was going to do it, sir? What did Donald Trump stop?
Did Donald Trump stop?
Yeah, I'm still waiting to figure out who was invaded.
Well, I have this fucking dumbass.
Because if you're saying by proxy, didn't we just have an attack in New York City by somebody claiming allegiance to ISIS?
Yep.
Didn't we just have? We've
and in Texas.
Yeah, and in Texas. We've actually had multiple attacks in the United States just recently.
But how did they get here? Why were they terrorists? Here? Because they were allowed to cross the border.
Homegrown terrorists.
Right? Illegally.
Yeah, they were allowed to cross the border by being born here.
No, they were allowed to cross this border, and they were allowed to.
No, sir, they were U.S.
I mean, look,
citizens.
I completely support the fact of removing the.
Sir, you are all over the place. Can we stay in one spot for just a little bit?
Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, you said you support what Donald Trump is doing because because if not, we were going to be weak and invaded. That's what you said. I'm trying to figure out who the heck was invading us.
You think that we were a stronger country?
Because nobody was invading us, and now Donald Trump is in, and now all of these proxies that you're talking about, now they're all committing terrorist attacks. So you're saying that he was preventing it, but it's literally gone up since Donald Trump has become president.
Where's your Where's the statistics on that?
Dude, how many terrorist attacks have there been in the United States in the last month? What, 5, 6?
Yep.
Yeah, are you not calling that an escalation?
Yeah, but so the people that are committing these terrorist attacks are supporters of these countries that you guys are, saying that are innocent countries and shouldn't be invaded, shouldn't be attacked. They're literally countries that breed and harbor terrorists and fund terrorism.
Sir,
and that's
sir,
and that's the reason
I
that
know,
we're
sir,
there
I
right
know
now.
this is
That's the reason.
Sir, I understand that this is a rough conversation for you to have, okay? I am asking you a direct question, and then I promise you, if you want to talk about something else afterwards, I have no problem with that. Sir, you were saying that we were being invaded. I asked by who? You said by proxies.
I didn't say we were being invaded. I said there was a threat and the strong possibility that we could have been.
Sir, there was a strong
invaded,
possibility of us being invaded. My apologies. I misspoke.
Terrorist attack.
I misspoke, sir. I misspoke. Okay? You said there was a strong possibility of us being attacked. However, we weren't being attacked. And now that Donald Trump is doing this war in Iran, we are being attacked. So literally the thing that you're saying that Donald Trump is preventing, Donald Trump caused.
But why do you say that he caused that?
Because he invaded
you don't
Iran
know
and
that
then
it wouldn't
all of
have
the
happened
proxies
if it
started
wasn't.
attacking
If we didn't invade Iran, you don't know that it wouldn't have happened regardless.
You don't know that it would have happened.
Well, then we're just,
So you're acting like you're
exactly
Miss
my
Cleo,
point.
like you
Neither
can
of us
look
have
into
a
the
crystal
future and
ball,
say,
right?
"Oh, all of this stuff was going to happen." You don't know that any
I
of
didn't
this
say that
shit
it was going to.
happen.
I said it could have happened.
Sir, it could. We could be invaded by aliens tomorrow. The flying spaghetti monster could come down and sprinkle Parmesan all over us tomorrow. You can't just say
That'd
we
be nice.
could, and
I like
therefore Donald,
Parmesan.
because something has a possibility of existing within our plane of existence on our universe, that it now makes it okay for Donald Trump to go out and do these things. These things are having real negative consequences on the United States right now. And just because something had the possibility of happening.
What are the real negative consequences what is so?
Troops
what
are dying.
do you
How
think
about
is
that?
negatively happening because of the war?
Yeah, troops
are dying. A Tomahawk missile struck a girls' school and killed 168 civilians, 150 of them children.
But do you have any evidence that the media that you're listening to? You really think that was an American missile that hit that school?
Oh
Sir,
my God!
It literally, okay. The United States is the only country in that region that has those missiles. Literally. Not to mention, not to mention, they took, not to mention they took pictures of the parts.
Are you sure that that wasn't an Iranian missile that hit that school?
We saw the pictures of the Tomahawks.
Sir, Iran doesn't have Tomahawk missiles.
It wasn't a Tomahawk missile.
It not only was a Tomahawk missile, but it exploded. There was pieces of it left over, and it said it was a Tomahawk missile with serial numbers, and it said U.S. Department of Defense on it.
2014. It was even dated, and also, like, it's funny that you say, "How do you know it was a Tomahawk?" Donald Trump, sir. Donald Trump himself acknowledged that it was a fucking Tomahawk missile, and not only that, he was like, "Lots of countries have Tomahawk missiles. They just do, and Iran would love to have more." Right?
So, but what was around that school? What was around that school? What was struck that was in a very, very close proximity to that school?
Even though, like, Donald Trump himself has acknowledged that it was a Tomahawk and also lied his fucking ass off, because only three countries outside of the United States of America have Tomahawk missiles, with the fourth lined up to buy it. And I don't know if you realize this or not, but not a single one of these four countries is Iran, and not a single one of them is allowed to resell the missiles to Iran, because in order for them to resell the missiles from Raytheon, they have to petition it through the State Department. And that is all publicly available data.
What country are we in a war with right now?
Iran. What the fuck?
Iran, the one that doesn't have Tomahawk missiles? I think we just went through that part.
Oh, wait, that's what you're upset about. Why do they...
I just think it's funny. That's all. I'm sorry. So let's get back to it.
I don't think your ignorance is funny.
So what was in close proximity to that school that was struck?
Sir, why does it matter? You just said a second ago. Sir, you just said a minute ago that we didn't strike it. So why does it matter what was in close proximity?
No. That's what we're getting to right now. So
no. Why does it matter what's in close proximity? Sir, why does it matter what's in close proximity if it wasn't ours?
Well, I'm getting to that.
No, so are you saying that...
I'm not answering your random questions if you're ignoring the entire point.
Yeah, so are you saying that it was a Tomahawk missile that hit the school?
No.
No. Then your question's irrelevant.
No, what I'm saying.
If you got a point to make, you better just make it. There's no point in asking dumb questions of us. We're not going to play along with your game.
Yeah.
We're not going to get anywhere in this conversation, are we?
We can get wherever you want to take it, sir. But if you have something about the proximity that proves your point, then you should just say it instead of asking us questions.
Yeah, so we were striking targets in very close proximity to that school, right?
We were with Tomahawk missiles.
The United States.
Copy.
Yeah.
Yep. Following.
Do you know how close? Do you know how close they were to that school?
Yep. So you're saying that the
How
United
close
States was
was
striking targets in close proximity with Tomahawk missiles to that school.
Like close
Okay,
enough
continue.
for debris to land very close to that school, right?
So the video that we actually have of the missile directly hitting the school, that doesn't mean anything. Or I'm sorry, or the second video of the second missile hitting it 40 minutes later.
So you guys must have some really good AI footage of that missile, huh?
Slow down. AI, it's been independently verified.
Freaking footage from about 200 different
really
countries.
Good footage. Was there someone standing there with an iPhone recording this
I don't know
missile?
what kind of phone he had,
They
sir,
were
because
recording.
I can only see what's out of the camera. I can't see the other direction.
You said what?
I wouldn't be able to tell you what kind of phone they had, sir. That's not how cameras work on phones. Is this your first time using a phone?
Probably.
Yeah, yep. Yeah, this is my first time.
Yeah, when you're taking camera photo with your phone, you can't see the phone.
Man, you are a fucking idiot.
I'm an idiot. You think you can see a phone when videotaping out of a phone
Or
camera.
know exactly what kind of phone
like I'm supposed to be,
recorded
like,
it. Like,
yeah.
excuse,
Well,
dude, that's not how that works.
It literally says what kind of phone is recorded on the data, on the metadata, on the video.
Yeah. Well,
So,
for
yeah,
the
you
metadata that I have,
fucking
my bad.
idiot.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
For the metadata, sir, we literally have the radar footage. The U.S. Pentagon has already said it was our missile. What in the living fuck are we talking about right here, dude? How are you going to say
this is going
that
let's go to the next. Let's move on to the next thing. We're not going to get anywhere.
Sir, the person
on
who
this
fired the missile is saying that we fired the missile, and you're arguing with that.
Okay, again, we're not going to get anywhere.
No.
Let's
We're
move
not
on to
going
another
anywhere
topic.
off this. The Pentagon. No, I'm not moving off of shit. The Pentagon said that we fired the missile. How are you going to argue with that?
Again, we were striking targets in very close proximity to that school, right?
Sir, we already did this part of the conversation. How are you going to argue against the fact that the Pentagon said that we fired the missile that hit the school that killed the children? How are you arguing?
Do you think that Iran would not kill any of their own citizens?
Sir. See, this is why we can't move on with conversations.
I'm just saying.
This is why we can't move on with conversations. Sir, this is why we can't move on with conversations. It's because of people like you. Okay? You could easily right now go, I was wrong. My bad. I didn't realize that the Pentagon said that we fired the Tomahawk missile that hit the school. And you could just admit that. And you could just say, I was wrong. And then we could move on with the conversation. But we can't do that
don't know,
because you
and I don't know.
too fucking stupid to look at all of the fucking evidence and just go, oh, well, obviously this is true. You have been dead set that regardless of what evidence is presented, no matter what freaking people say, no matter what the Pentagon says, no matter what intelligence says, no matter what video says, no matter what picture evidence says, no matter what radar says, no matter what fucking the goddamn White House says, you are standing your fucking ground saying that we didn't strike this school. So I would like you to explain to me right now then, sir, how you know more than the Pentagon and the White House who are saying that we struck the school.
I'm looking something up right now.
I'm sorry, was that English, sir?
Huh? I can't hear you. What did you say?
I'm waiting for your response.
Hold on, I'm trying to look something else at the read.
Anyways, y'all, while he's trying to look that up, y'all, please make sure you guys hit that follow button, hit that subscribe button if you haven't already. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. If you'd like to put the live video, super chats, super stickers, all that fun stuff, live gift goals. Delissa, thank you so much for the $10 over on PayPal. I really appreciate that. Says, who the fuck wants to have any kind of common ground with sex offender pedos? Sorry. I have to wait for it to fully open. If you they are sick fucks. 100%. Thank you so much, Delissa. I really appreciate that.
Delissa for that one.
Yeah. And,
Oof.
And DeBlue says some Tomahawk versions achieve a circular error probable of around 10 meters or less.
And it was further away.
Debris argument.
How long you guys gonna be live for?
Probably for the rest of our lives at this point.
If we're waiting on you, yeah.
I know, I'm driving. I'm sorry.
All right.
Okay.
Well, how about this? You go look up and see how wrong you are, and then you can come back and apologize later.
Okay, all right, yeah, I will give you guys a call back as soon as I get home. How about that?
Yeah, sounds good.
Seriously, I'll give you guys a call. Give me 45 minutes. I'll be home, and I'll give you guys a call back.
Yeah, we may or may not be on 45 minutes. We'll see. If not, call back later. But I will be expecting my apology, okay?
I got you. I will gladly apologize. Okay.
You should like apologize for the fact that you called someone else an idiot when you're literally holding your phone in your hand to call us and try to do research while driving, because that's idiotic.
I'm actually stopped at a gas station right now.
Oh, so you were lying a moment ago. Got it.
No, I'm in a vehicle right now driving home.
Yeah, so you were lying a moment ago.
Why are we talking to this guy? Call us back.
No, yeah, just go.
Jesus.
I was just like pointing that out.
Like, I'm lying. I don't care about this. This means nothing to me. This means nothing to me. All right, Joel. Actually, let's see. Let's go through some super chats. Scott, thank you so much for the $10. I think I brought this up before. The majority of Canadians don't want anything to do with Trump, and some USAers worship him. Working MAGAs, your head is stuck. That lost at the end there, but yeah, 100%. Thank you so much. Cerebral, thank you so much for the $2. Said, what tenets of Christianity does Trump live by? None of them.
None of them.
Mortimer, thank you so much for the $5. Said, how many people did God kill in the Bible caller? I didn't know the exact amount. Well, way too many, that's for sure. Fiona says, with the 666 says, hail Satan. Thank you so much. Cerebral says, I don't require the prayer of someone who lives none of the tenets of their own claim belief. Predators defending MAGA. 100%.
Yep.
Yeah, you need to go pray for your fucking self. How about that? You should go pray for your fucking self. That's what you should go do. Sounds like you need it a lot more. Scott, thank you so much for the $2. Said, a new product is shirt-stained golf shorts. They'd probably buy it, too.
Oh my gosh, that's insane.
Did Patel want Ari to tell that?
Oh, yeah. Hey, sexy lady. Yeah, I mean, he did. Like, you said, hi, how are you? And he immediately went, hey. He's like, hey, sexy lady. And that's why I was like, hey, sexy lady.
All right, Joe, we're going to get off the line for the night because I need to go work on my office so I can actually go live tomorrow. But if you guys want to call in or you guys are Trump supporters, come by tomorrow. I'll be on around 7 p.m. Central, 8 p.m. Eastern tomorrow. So come on by, hang out. Love you guys. Check out the new content. I'll be releasing new content tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. There's already some stuff coming out. Some of these conversations I'm just posting as individual videos. So make